What's happening here that's not happening anyplace else?
I mean, the competitive level starts at 4 years old.
Classic rivalry.
Hall of Fame type coaches, great personalities.
All three schools, though, they changed the game of college football.
Florida State Seminole. Miami Hurricanes.
Florida Gators.
You want to dominate your opponents and you want to get stoned, make sure that you roll up.
What's happening here that's not happening anyplace?
It's the roll up, it's the vibes. Another beautiful day in the Sunshine State. We still been a little sabotage here, so y'all see green screens, but we'll have it popping in a little minute. I'm kicking it with the illest. Larion, CJ, what it do, my brethren?
Man, cooling, man. This the only day I need an alarm clock, bro. But I'm up and at 'em, ready to. Yeah. Oddly enough, pod day I gotta actually set an alarm to get up at damn 11. That's crazy. But I needed it. I needed it today, man. I was hanging out a little bit after work last night, so. But I'm here, man.
You get off at what time?
2:30.
Right, Ren. I don't know what kind of hanging out you doing after that.
Shit, bro. They know the culture around here. They got barred on clothes.
True enough. Oh, really?
Yeah. They don't close. So my coworkers go there all the time, and then with the holidays coming up.
No, they need a place for when like people like strippers and bartenders get off. They usually have a bar in town where they could go hang out in the biz type stuff.
Right. Yeah. That's pretty much it. Yeah. That's what you see in those late night mechanics and
late night mechanics.
Yeah.
Yeah, they fixing that night.
I build stuff at night.
Oh, I was thinking car mechanic. I wasn't thinking about you, brother.
No. I'm a structural mechanic, so I actually build stuff.
Nice.
Yeah. How you doing, C?
Feeling good, my brother. I've been running around a little bit this morning. Well, yeah, this morning prior to the afternoon, trying to get stuff set up. Family coming into town.
I hear that.
With Thanksgiving being tomorrow and stuff like that, so feeling good. But aside from just the busyness, it is cool to have to be around family and stuff like that, to have them come in and hang out.
Hey, CJ, I only see you looking like the guy. I only see your nose and down, bro.
Oh, really?
Oh, you look the same way to me.
Hey.
I didn't. You look the same way to me, sir.
Yeah.
I thought it was L Mux. That's why I didn't really say nothing. I don't know.
Oh, it probably is L Mux. Let me look at the app. Can y'all see us? It's probably a little off.
Yeah, because it do feel weird. I don't see nothing but y'all nose down.
Well, then that's probably what they're seeing. So I want to fix it if it's not right. Anywho, let's keep it moving, man. We got quite the show. It's Rivalry Week. It's also Thanksgiving. So everybody got family in town, like CJ said. The food starting to be cooked a little bit already. What you looking for most to tomorrow? What you trying to get into? What's going first on the plate?
First on the plate, man. First on the plate for me, that's tough. I'll probably say the greens. That's probably the first thing that I go grab. The greens. That's the first thing on the plate for me. It's a tough race, man, but I got greens a slight edge.
I ain't that big a Thanksgiving food guy, but the one thing I always do like, because you never really get it any other time of the year for some reason, is dressing. So
yeah,
my
aunt hit me up this morning. She made me a vegan dressing last year.
Nice.
So she called me this and she said, "You better be coming because if you ain't come to this last." They had a party a couple months ago. I couldn't make it. She made me some vegan food that she be trying to do. She a chef as well, but she made me a vegan dressing, man. I'm looking forward to that. No gizzards or pork in it. Should be fine. I'll let y'all update y'all on it. How about that? All right, before we get into some football talking, tailgate. We gotta talk about this tailgate for Black Friday. Dessert. You gotta give me your favorite dessert for Thanksgiving. Or whatever you celebrate, because I don't celebrate pagan holidays, but I want to call it what the fans and everybody else call it. So get together day if you don't celebrate Thanksgiving. Favorite dessert, fellas?
Hang with your family day.
Hang with the fam day.
Yeah, give me banana pudding, man. Give me banana pudding. Done right.
Yeah, I gotta double down on that.
Damn, man, hot, man. I do want to provide an alternative. Yeah, banana pudding is one, bro. It's hard for me to pick anything else, but I go with peach cobbler for two. I'm a big peach cobbler fan. If it depends on who's cooking it.
I'm gonna tell you guys one though, man. one that's kind of underrated. Well, not underrated, but one of my favorites is the pie. Sweet potato pies is top notch when it comes to Thanksgiving, man.
Yeah.
Sweet potato pies, man. Hell, even Patty LaBelle made a fortune off that shit just off the popularity of it. I don't know if her pie is good or not.
Patty
But people
pies.
people see sweet potato pie. You throw Patty LaBelle name on, it's gonna sell, right? That
I'm
just
still
shows
in a
you
whole
power.
pie. I'm taking a whole pie. I ain't cutting no slice.
Oh
I'm
no, you
waiting
gotta
for
take one
everybody.
home for sure.
Yeah, I'm taking a whole pie as soon as I get there, man. Go
Just
and
dig a
slide me one to
spoon
the
in
car.
it at the crib.
Yeah, eat it out like a bowl of cereal.
Put your fingers in it. Mark your territory. Put your hand in it.
Man, the timeline been fire all week. We appreciate all the energy from the Big Three community. Everybody that's hanging out with us, getting their trolls off, their memes off. It's all love. But Friday, Florida State. We had Tallahassee at Doak Campbell, or for the Florida fans, Run Zook Kodak Field. We hanging out before that though, man. Pull up with us. We at 1:00. We at Lot 19 with my man James Coleman, former fullback for Florida State. We on the roof of that joint. The cush is gonna be big. The drinks is gonna be big. We got a live DJ on the set, unlimited bar. It's gonna be good vibes, man. Pull up and hang out with us. A lot of vendors pulling up. CJ, you ready?
Oh
Larian,
yeah,
what it do?
man. Definitely ready
Oh
for this one.
man.
I think it's gonna be the tailgate of all tailgates. Like Sue said, we got a bunch of vendors lined up, ready to give you guys some Black Friday deals. Right? We're in the spirit. We know it's shopping day, Black Friday, so we're gonna bring the shopping to you guys at the tailgate. So we got a couple vendors that, well, not a couple, more than a couple that's lined up in regards to their product. The vibe is going to be crazy. Like I said, you got Florida State, you got Florida. You bring all that together, man. It's going to be a really good event. James Coleman does a really good job with his stuff. He brings his party. We're going to bring the roll-up crew party. We saw the LSU tailgate, the Miami tailgate. Now let's cap the season off with the big in-state rivalry within Florida State and Florida. So definitely come out and hang. Like Silk said, we're going to have the music, food, premium drinks provided by ABC Liquor. There's going to be some good stuff, man. So come out and hang out. Grab your ticket now if you have it. Better grab it, man, because they're going fast, and there's going to be a cap on tickets at some point in time, just for us to provide food, make sure everything is together. Just make sure we have enough in regards to what's being bought, right? So go ahead and grab that ticket because it's limited spaces, man. They're going pretty fast. So tap in now and grab your ticket before Thanksgiving.
Already.
Black Friday, baby.
I seen a couple Miami fans say they pulling up in our mentions, man. So shout out to everybody that's in the Panhandle that's a Miami fan. If you're not a fan of either two, just pull up and hang out with us. It's all good vibes.
Right.
Yeah.
We got quite the show. We got Chris Thompson. I wanted more guests, but we're recording this show in the middle of the day. That's our normal recording time, but he just left. We'll get him back on. We're recording the show in the middle of the day. We try to get a lot of guests on to do the rivalry week. So many people are traveling for Thanksgiving, so it's been a little bit difficult, but we're going to hang out nonetheless, man. We got a Pitt writer coming to hang out with us. My man Noah Hiles from The Athletic. He'll talk a little Miami talk. But before we get into the Big Three talk and recap these games, man, the roll-up is brought to you by Allen Horn Insurance and State Farm. Allen is one of those guys that's true and blue Big Three guy. His dad played baseball at Florida State. Mom went to Florida State. All his aunts, uncles went to Florida State. He grew up in the Panhandle in Marianna, Florida, right near Tallahassee.
Yeah, it's literally right down the road. That's dope.
Yeah, man. We was talking over this week, and I was just like, man, I gotta let the fans know how deep you is into this, man. So he grew up one of the top prospects in the country as far as baseball in Florida State, Florida, Miami. The works were recruiting him, everybody in the country. But he also was getting drafted first round. So you know how that baseball is. They don't like just giving out offers for kids that may be going pro. So long story short, Florida State ended up just pulling his offer thinking he was going to go to the MLB, which he didn't. He got drafted first round, but he ended up at Florida at the end of the story. So he's a true Big Three guy, dad and parents, alumni at Florida State. He's a Gator. He's from Florida. Just dope vibes, man. But he also with State Farm, and you already know the quality of service you get with State Farm. Like they say, like a good neighbor, State Farm is always there. You already know State Farm is going to provide you great coverage. And my man Allen is one of us. You know, you give him a call on his personal cell phone if you get in an accident or you got your roof blown off by a hurricane or anything like that. For any quotes, on his services for his life insurance, car insurance, whatever insurance you may need. Give him a call at 706-692-2888. He insures Georgia, Florida, Tennessee, and Alabama. It's the roll up. It's the vibes. It's Big Three Talk. Y'all boys ready?
Yeah.
Oh, Chris is back.
Yeah,
Chris is back. Chris Thompson is back. We're going to hang out and talk a little Florida State with him a little bit.
What's going
Chris,
on?
what's
Sorry
good?
about that. I'm in the car.
It's all good, bro.
What's going
Appreciate
on?
your patience.
Nah, yeah, appreciate you, bro. I know we were a little bit slow in regard to getting started today, but appreciate you. We got Chris Thompson with us, former FSU running back. Not just an FSU running back, man. You got a Panhandle legend with Madison County. So, Chris, man, how you feeling, bro?
I'm good, man. Just ready to eat tomorrow. Like that's the biggest thing for me, man. My lady she be putting it down, boy.
When she
So
throw it down,
I can't wait.
So what's your favorite dish? What's your favorite? The most?
Y'all not losing recipes over there, Chris? I'm losing recipes over here, bro.
Nah, I gotta have a yams, cornbread, mac and cheese is a must for me. I gotta have those three. And the yams and cornbread gotta be touching too. That's a specific thing on my plate. Gotta be.
Give me your favorite dessert. I asked these guys their favorite dessert, and we all round table went banana pudding. Where you at with it?
Sweet potato pie.
Yep.
Sweet potato pie or red velvet cake. Like that's kind of my top two.
I did forget
banana pudding. I'm kind of off and on because a lot of people don't do it right. So
I tell you.
Yeah.
You're right about that. You gotta. That's the thing about banana pudding. You gotta have the right cook. Or it's gonna be a bad product.
I don't do instant pudding. My mom make her pudding from scratch. Like she's stirring that pot. You know what I'm saying? Making her pudding right over the pot. So I went to friends' house and they got the instant pudding. I'm like, all right, nah, you don't make me a bowl of that, Playboy.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
All right, Chris, we got the rivalry week, right? We got Florida versus Florida State, man. One of the biggest games in the state. Well, in college football in general, we know it's one of the biggest. It's probably the biggest game in the state of Florida. Not discrediting Miami, but I think this may be the biggest game in the state of Florida overall. But one of the biggest rivalries in college football, along with Miami. So, just talk about this game and what it means to you as a former FSU player playing against Florida.
I mean, it's all about bragging rights and who runs the state, and then I think it's perfect that this a game of this magnitude is at the end of the season after we've had our game with Miami or whatever, and for the most part, at least in my history, my experience playing when I was in school, we beat Miami 3 out of my 4 years, so getting to this Florida game was about seeing who run the city, and I will run the state. My bad. Who run the state of Florida? And just for me, I think Urban Meyer kind of elevated that a little bit for me when I was a recruit. I had went on a visit and stuff there, but the vibes was kind of off. So I was really still honestly kind of trying to keep my options open, and I think they were fresh off a national championship that year, and I honestly felt like the whole time I was there on the visit, like I was overlooked, and by the time I left there, like I just kind of wiped them off my list, and I was like, yeah, I can't wait till I get to play against these guys. And unfortunately, I only got to play against them my freshman and sophomore year. My last 2 years, I was injured. And my first year, that 09 season, they embarrassed us. I think we lost 30 to nothing that game. And I still remember Aaron Hernandez scored the last touchdown. He kicked the ball in the stands and stuff.
Man. Oh, I don't want to remember that.
Rest in peace, Chico, man. Long live Chico, man.
That was embarrassing. They embarrassed us. Like, that was the most embarrassing game I think I've ever played in my life.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they were fresh off, Tebow making that promise that they wasn't losing again and stuff. The energy was just crazy. And, it losing that game how much it hurt our guys, and we were able to come back the next year or the next 2 years and respond and beat them. But it's huge. And then now that I'm living here in Jacksonville,
Oh yeah, I know.
I'm surrounded. Oh my God, I'm just surrounded by
Gator country,
Florida
baby.
Gator fans. Oh my God, yeah. So
Big and boring.
I need this. I need this one for bragging rights. So Saturday morning, I can walk through the neighborhood with my Florida State gear on.
That's what it be about,
Talk some
man.
noise there.
That's what it really be about. I mean, I'm gonna wear mine that next morning in Publix anyway. You know what I'm saying? To walk through the aisles,
Yep.
win, lose, or draw, but
For sure.
it feels a little different
Yeah.
after you got that win, man.
Absolutely.
You get the win, you can grab the flag off the front porch and just run down the street.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. My neighbors be putting this big UF sign out like every Saturday too. I'm gonna go kick it down after Friday night.
Hey Chris, a lot of people always talk about how Jimbo took these games serious with Florida and Miami. Even after leaving FSU and being with Texas A&M, playing Miami and playing Florida, you can see some of the passion Jimbo still have for that game. So let's just talk about Jimbo's demeanor. Changing from playing a Wake Forest, NC State, so to speak, to playing against a Florida, that type of rivalry, that type of game. How does his demeanor change? How does the demeanor within the whole locker room and the whole facility change?
Yeah, it's the whole different. I mean, it's honestly like school wide too. I mean, you feel it with the professors. You feel it with the professors and everybody. Like it's totally different when we get in get into rivalry week. Wait, sorry about that, y'all.
It's all good, man. We love the kids.
Getting in the rivalry week, and it's one of those like. I mean, obviously, you got to take things week by week, but I don't care if we're 1-10 by the time we reach UF. Like it's a whole different vibe when we get to this week. I mean, in our cafeterias, they serving gator tail and stuff like that. Like it's a huge, it's a huge deal. And like Jimbo, he made it like it was more of an incentive for us to beat the Gators. If we beat them, we got to have gator tail during that following week and stuff. And
ain't no incentive,
just
man.
different.
Gator tail don't taste good, bro.
Oh, I had some good
man.
gator
It's
tail.
wonderful.
I like gator
What you
tails.
mean?
Pause.
No,
I had some good gator tail.
I love it.
I don't like gamey food, so that's probably just my thing. Then.
See, I do. I do. It's
like
good,
frog
but,
legs over gator tail.
See, I don't like frog legs.
No, I can see that. I'll take that too. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Man, Chris from Madison, man, he know all about this type of stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure. But nah, man, like you said, like you can still hear it in Jimbo, and I mean, I think that even goes back. I mean, probably when he was in LSU as well. Having this thing with hating UF and stuff, but nah, it's huge, man. It's one of those ones like we all put it on our calendar, and it's like I don't care what our record is, we gotta get this one.
That's the vibes.
That's real, man. I think the feeling is mutual too, especially with Florida players. It's just something about this game that brings it out. So, what about the player? What about the players, man? How do you guys approach this week? I know it's a big rivalry week for the players, and just you guys were recruited against some of these guys, played with some of these guys. So, how is the atmosphere and not the atmosphere? How is the vibe like from a player's aspect? You still there? You froze a little bit.
He froze a little bit. I shout out to the super chat. I see the super chat, but I don't want to get too dramatic on this show, man. We appreciate the love, man, for everybody that's reaching out about all the dramatics that's going on. But we're gonna make this show, you know what I'm saying, about what it's about and not the shenanigans, man. But we definitely appreciate that love. We lost Chris?
Yeah, I think we lost. He probably come back in. He's driving, so probably bad service.
Yeah, he got bad service. He'll be back with it. That was Rogue. No, I appreciate that love on here and also on the social on Twitter. I see y'all. I see the support.
All right, so appreciate the support from Sauce, man. Say happy holiday, fellas.
Hope y'all enjoy the time with family. Enjoy playing festivities for the weekend. Appreciate it,
Already.
bro. And make sure you guys check out Sauce podcast, man. He's our resident shoe guru. He'll point you in the right direction.
Shoe guru. What a title. A shoe guru. I seen the 11s that dropped on red and white ones. I want to be mad. I keep missing those.
Yeah, them
those
cherry
dropped
11s
several
tough.
times. I keep missing them.
They did an early release on. They come back again. I think that's the actual Christmas 11 shoe. You know, they do it every Christmas. They do an 11 shoe, but they had like a little pre-release drop for us, so you can still grab the Christmas version of it.
Good looking.
Yeah,
looking out. We'll get back with Chris, man. But overall on the time, let's talk some timeline real quick, man. What was your favorite troll this week? I know you got a lot of work off. You had the Gator fans in the tizzy a little bit. What was your favorite troll you got off this week, or you saw on the timeline?
My favorite one was probably the when UF. Well, real quick, we got you.
Yeah, we'll get back to that. We'll get back to that. Chris,
my bad, y'all.
No, you good. Now my question was, I know we spoke about coaches and just how the coaches kind of changed. What about the players, man? Because you guys played with these guys, went to school with some of these guys, played against some of these guys on the field in high school. Just a familiar relationship with these guys. How does the players' vibe change from going into a week like this and playing the Florida Gators?
Nah, you don't even want to talk to your boys when it come to getting ready for this game this week. Like, of course we gonna, if you tight with a lot of them cats, you gonna call them, you gonna talk, and we gonna talk noise to each other. But then at the same time, like, we ain't trying to hear nothing. Like, we gotta get prepared and get ourselves ready, like, for this game. So it ain't a whole lot of talking. I don't think I ever had anybody over at UF that I knew. So I guess my experience on that end is slightly different than a lot of other folks. But yeah, I think
What about the intensity in practice?
Oh, it's elevated times 100 to the point that like I can remember some practices when they got to the week, like Jimbo even had to tell us to like chill out because we was going so hard against each other.
Give me a story, bro. I know you got a story. Give it to me.
I think it was, if I remember correctly, because like I said, this was like I only got to play my freshman and sophomore year. And it was one where we were going so hard that like guys started like arguing with each other, like fights breaking out here and there, and Jimbo had to really.
Oh, damn it!
Right.
I hate you, technology.
Right. We get to the good
It's
stuff.
that Florida State, so you got that crow, man.
You see, last time we had Chris, he was at the crib stable. He had everything set up. In the trenches. Now, my favorite troll from this week, it was probably that I created, and you had a couple good ones too. My favorite one for me personally, for myself, was the one I had when Florida put out. Because, Florida and Florida State do the same thing. They put out those cinematic recaps of the game and whatnot. And there was one portion of the video where they had, like, AR's Hail Mary and him throwing out the stands. So I cropped that video and put it out there. That was pretty funny.
I had to mute it. I had to mute that. That shit kept hitting the timeline. Like, Florida fans bitching about, like, bro, y'all stop. All right, let me mute it so I don't have to keep seeing that good-ass tweet.
And then when you the clip you clipped out for that video was real dope too, and I saw you pointing that in regards to the message they were trying to put out. That was real dope as well. So I do feel like I know a lot of fans kind of bitch and complain. Well, not necessarily bitch and complain, but don't want that being put out after a loss. But if you actually look at those videos and
they're recruiting in it. It's
correct. It's a message in it, right?
For sure.
It's messages that's put out in regards to those videos, man. So definitely, I do appreciate those from Florida State and Florida, regardless if you win or lose. Because I think it's a message in all of those videos.
Yeah, you gotta recruit at all times. And when you hear some of these clips, I mean, the recruits are listening to it, So it's an opportunity for them to have some messaging and get some things off to still. Like, it's not always a total L just because you lost a football game. You still gotta run a football program and also put out content. Are you just not gonna put out content because you lost?
Yeah, that's what people gotta understand, man. You're not just gonna stop the content just because you lost. All this stuff is engagement, and like you say, even when you lose, there's always a message in the locker room that the coaches try to put out, right? So again, capturing that message is pretty dope. And also, that troll you when I had, because everybody know that, and this is a real dope situation in regards to the Florida FSU rivalry. Chief, every game that every pregame rather, Chief Osceola, he stays on the horse, he plants a spear at the 50-yard line to drive through. But for the Florida game, it's different, and it's something in regards to the Seminole tribe. They get off their horse and kind of like showboat or whatever. It signifies war, right? So that signifies war. Florida is the only game Chief Osceola gets off of Renegade, holds the spear up on one side and the other side. And I think you had a tweet, because I tweeted about that, saying that Dope is going to be rocking when Chief Osceola comes on the field. And you said you quoted a tweet with the a clown riding Renegade or whatever. That shit was pretty damn funny. I can't lie. Even though I ain't commenting on it, that shit was pretty damn funny.
That shit was fucking on point. I had that picture. I said I gotta use it at the right time.
Nah, you used it at the right time. I gave you a layup. I ain't gonna lie. I put a layup out
there. When Chad ride out there, it's gonna be lit.
Chad, that's his name.
Brent.
Chad and Brent is hilarious, man.
I'm just taking a stab,
We lost
probably
CJ
somewhere in there.
It's bad day before the state with service, man.
Boy, look here, man.
It's not a good sign for Friday, Larry.
Listen, Air Mux is ridiculous with me today. My layout don't look normal. Everything look crazy, man.
Everything. It's all good. We'll get it all
we
worked
soldier
out,
on, though.
Yeah, the content is the content. We're going to vibe and kick it. We appreciate all the love in there. Some of y'all first time hanging out with us on the live show. We appreciate y'all for pulling up. Shout out to my man Fragrance Journey. Always love from you, my dude. Larry, you seen any work on the timeline today?
I saw a little bit, man. Oh, you talking about for y'all trolls? Nah, I just got up, dog. So when I got up, I got to get up, shower. I got to get to the business. I don't be having all day for that. Oh, there you go.
Chris clean up like my son before I get home, man.
That shit under there.
Try to clean up that mess real quick.
Nah, you good, bro.
My bad, y'all.
Nah, you good. We already know we probably caught you at a bad time. We know it's not Black Friday. It's the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. A lot of people moving around this time trying to get stuff together and situated. But yeah, go ahead. Get back to that story in regards to what happened in practice.
Oh yeah, he was just kind of like, "Hey guys, I get it, I understand, but like, we're a team. I need everybody healthy, for this game, and it's just hard to." Like when it comes to this week, it's tough trying to make sure everybody's just stays calm and focused, because we're just so ready for this game, and we know and understand, like we got to prepare just like any other week. But for this one, it's like even if we don't practice for a day, I feel like we ready. Like we just gonna go out there, we gonna give it everything we got, and you're gonna have to carry me off this field after this game, type deal. That's kind of the mindset when it comes to that. And I heard your what you were saying about Chief Osceola, getting off the horse and everything. Like it's just a total different vibe. And I'm taking my kid to this game, my 12-year-old. So I'm gonna let him. He gonna get to see
this his first Florida game.
What it's really like. Yeah. So we went to
poor kid, man.
Yeah, we went to Louisiana game last week, and he was like, "Oh man, this was so fun," and I was like,
"Nah, you ain't seen nothing, right? Yeah,
right.
Yeah, this lightweight compared to what it really could be."
Yeah. He played. He a huge Florida State fan, and I ain't gonna lie, he do like Anthony Richardson a lot though. He plays quarterback. Quarterback. So he a big Anthony Richardson fan. So. For him, he gets to see both sides of it.
Great kid, man.
No, that is pretty cool though, especially going from, like, say, Louisiana to a night game against Florida. Like that's a complete 180 in regards to the atmosphere. But yeah, speaking of the Chief Osceola, man, you probably know about it a little bit more than me. That reading that and showing that signifies war within the Seminole tribe, and it's only done one time, not even one time a year, because we want to get Florida home every couple of years or whatnot. So just for that one game, I feel like it's real dope and kind of set the stage for the atmosphere in that game.
Man, yeah, man, it definitely does. And you know, when you when you got a guy that has a lot of passion and stuff behind him, when he gets off that horse, I mean that's really the tone setter. To be honest with you, if just setting that tone when he gets hyped and plants that spirit, like that's just a whole nother vibe right there, man. So I'm hoping. I don't know who this guy is, but I'm hoping he he set this tone for us.
I don't know which one it is, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping he set this tone.
It's Chief Osceola.
Yeah, I think he will, though. I believe in him. I know he will.
He like Ugga. Y'all just replace him every few years.
Yep.
Yeah, he pretty much like Renegade, bro.
No real announcement. Just got to put a new one in there.
Yeah.
Hey, what's crazy? When I was a kid, I thought it was the same motherfucker, man. Until I realized it's a damn student.
Man, I did too.
I legit thought that was our mascot.
I thought it was a true like Seminole too.
Yeah.
Man, had me fooled.
Right.
Oh man, ignorance is bliss, is it not?
Hey, Chris, what's the vibe like from like family and friends, like ticket wise? Are they hitting you up, putting pressure on you about the game, or asking what the plays or what y'all gonna do? Like, what's that like from that perspective?
Yeah, it's just big on like the tickets. Everybody trying to get tickets to come to the game, and even sometimes people you ain't heard of in months trying to get to this one. Yeah, it's crazy, and I can't wait to
pretty much done weeks in advance, huh?
Yeah. You gotta get them super early, and I just I can't wait to experience, because this will be my first time sitting down, like experiencing it as a fan. Last week was my first game.
Chris, what you need to do, bro? Let's back up a little bit. What you need to do is reach out to FSU, bro. You need to be on that sideline, like straight up. Like you a damn FSU legend. You did your work. No, seriously.
My girl be on me about that too. But
let it be known. But I think you deserve y'all former players, and excuse me for interrupting. Y'all former players, but y'all deserve y'all flowers in that sense, though. Seriously.
Yeah, I agree. I think like I talked to Corey Simon yesterday, and he was like telling me that they're trying to do more for us to get us more involved and stuff like that with the team. And I think for me, like I just kind of waited a little bit too late to really try to use and pull that card to get on the field and stuff like that. James, I think he's been around pretty much all year, so I didn't want to be that guy that, oh, I'm gonna show up for the last 2 games, y'all roll out the red carpet for me type deal. But next season for sure, I'm gonna be out there a lot more often, because my boy, he wants to be out there too. So yeah, we'll be in the stands. We just gonna enjoy it from there, and then next season and moving forward, I'm gonna be a lot more involved than I have been able to be, the last few years.
No, I feel you on that, man. And I get what you're coming from, but like I said, man, you helped build this shit, bro. Seriously, you're a part of the damn. I appreciate it. You're a part of some of the bricks that's a part of dope, man. So yeah, in regards to that, I feel like y'all should definitely take advantage of it, because this is your university, dog. You built it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we ain't gonna hold you too much longer, bro. Go ahead and tell me, give me your score prediction. Tell me what you think FSU has to do to win this game, and what you think UF can do to win this game.
I think the biggest thing for us is to we seem to always start fast every game, for the most part, that I've seen all year. We seem to start fast, and then sometimes something in the second half, something about that second half with us, like we haven't been able to just keep that that same consistency that we did in the first half. I think that's going to be the biggest thing for us. That just being consistent and just never letting our foot up. When we get going, we gotta go. And then I think that also comes to, when with play calling, let's say we do get up a couple scores, especially a big game like this, coaches, everybody want to start trying to be conservative and think about not making mistakes and stuff like that, but we just got to play. I think that's the biggest thing. Just keep playing, and whatever our game plan is, stick to it, go with it, and ride it out. I think for UF, I really do believe Anthony Richardson is that guy, and I think at any time, this tomorrow night might be the night that he proves he's a first round pick. And if he does that, I think it'll be a long day for us. On the back end, I believe, with our secondary, sometimes we don't play the best on our back end, and of course, Florida they always have a good quarterback and always have some good playmakers at receiver and running back. So I think yeah. So I think that matchup with our DBs and their receivers, that's gonna be the tell for this game. I believe I don't know. I just got this feeling like we're literally about to get the first round pick Anthony Richardson tomorrow night for some reason. I hope not.
No, I hope not as well. But
that's his plan. I tell you one thing. That's definitely his plan. He sell off into the sunset. That's definitely going on in his mind.
Yeah. No, I agree. And he's been inconsistent this year. Some games you get the not first round pick, and some games you get, this is the guy. So I agree. Just depending on what type of AR we get, that can pretty much dictate the game. I do agree. He's a dynamic playmaker, and the plays can be made for him if available. It just depends on just which AR we get. I hope we don't get the explosive first round AR.
That's what I need, man.
All right, what you got, Chris? Give us your score prediction.
I'm giving like a 40 to 28. Us, of course.
Right, of course. Right.
Us, of course.
I like it.
What y'all thinking?
I think.
What about you, Silk?
I got us. I got it 38-34 us, man. I think it's gonna be a high scoring affair, but I think we pull it out in the end. We'll see. I don't like that the first half with Ventrell being out of the game, but I do know you guys struggle with that middle eight. Watching the second half of that North Carolina State game gives me I blush. I'm dark as hell, but I was blushing in the living room watching that shit, man. So it's a lot. It's a lot I can see. You know what I'm saying? I feel good about. I know my team's bipolar as shit. It's a rivalry. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. I got it. I got it 38-31 Noles. Thanks. I think it's probably gonna be the most exciting game that I get to actually watch this year. I think it's gonna be a real fun game. I think it's gonna be a little drama and theatrics.
For sure.
Yeah, man. I kind of almost feel like we're gonna get a final drive type game. Jordan Travis going
feels good. This game ain't been like this in a long time. I'm be real. I'm excited. Lost to Vandy or not, bro. I know. Just like
this game.
Chris don't give it up real. He know what AR could do. Like he could. If he turns it on and like we all know he could do. Like it could be a long day for y'all guys. So it ain't just no layup like Florida State finna win this game. I think both offenses are good. Both teams have similar wins as far as like big week one wins and that type of vibe. And we'll see. Both coaches also struggle with in-game coaching. I think both of them aren't the best like decision-making guys. In situational football, both of them get a little weird. So it's gonna be a lot, man. I'm excited about this football game and see how they square up.
I don't want to see no toss plays at the goal line.
Yeah, don't toss. Just hand it off, right? Just hand it off. Hand it off to Trey and let Trey get in the end zone, bro. Don't get cute.
Yeah.
Keep it going. Yeah, I'm leaning towards like 31-20. I do think it'll be close. I think we kind of pull away within that last fourth quarter or so. Just running the ball and kind of doing that type of deal. If AR does AR things, like Larion said, it could come down to a game-winning drive type of deal. So that's the main thing. The biggest component of this is just how Adam Fuller attacks the scheme in regards to defending Florida, defending Anthony Richardson. That's going to be the tell of tape for me how Adam Fuller attacks this Florida offense. But I think it'll end up being 31-20 Florida State within that range. Yes, sir. Appreciate you for joining us, Chris, man. Definitely, like I said, you putting up to the tailgate. Come hang out. We'll catch up with you there. Appreciate you joining us, bro. It's going to be a good one. Like I say, James Coleman, those guys, we're throwing a real huge tailgate, man. Appreciate you coming out and hanging out with us.
Absolutely. I'll catch y'all Friday.
Yes, sir, bro. Take care.
All right.
All right. A couple of super chats.
Before we do the super chats, we're gonna get some super chats off. But
all right, hold on.
we got another sponsor that I want you guys to also hit up, man. MVPsports.ag. You can't find a better deal as far as gambling, man. Use coupon code ROLLUP. You're gonna get 100% match deposit on every time, not just one time on your first time, every single time, man. Again, that's MVPsports.ag. AG. For all my betting boys. I know y'all about to start putting some bread. Thanksgiving tomorrow. Got the big games on the tube. NFL wise.
Oh, yeah.
100%, man.
Hey, man, the Giants Cowboys best game tomorrow.
Yeah, that's gonna be a pretty solid one.
Or today, by the time y'all hear it.
I just know one thing. I ain't watching the fucking Lions play.
We gotta start a petition to get
they always piss me off, bro. How they get Thanksgiving every fucking year?
Every year.
Always piss me off, though.
It's tradition. Yeah, that's it. But
when I was a kid, when Barry Sanders was going crazy, that shit was the vibes. But
I like watching the Lions because, like, Jared Goff, not bad. I think they should have kept Jared Goff instead of Matt Stafford at the end of the day. I'd be like, I actually like watching that guy play. I think he plays pretty good football.
The Patriots and Vikings will be a pretty good one as well.
Yeah. We'll see. See the Patriots team show up. Nah, the Patriots kind of been there. You know, they ain't having the quarterback playing
Post Brady Belichick is a lot to be desired there, bro.
Got to get that QB again, man. I don't know if Mac Jones is it. You know, he's been a little up and down.
The defense is pretty good.
Yeah.
Just some explosive players on the Vikings standpoint as far as
offense. Yeah, hell yeah.
Get these super chats off.
Yeah, let's get.
We got chatty super chats. All right, from the homie Carson, love to roll up, but Fook them Gators this week new around here. Hashtag new around here with smoke.
Thanks for pulling up, Carson. But y'all getting that smoke this week, man.
Another one from the homie Stephen Vea. Go Noles. I'll say this: Gators aren't no pushovers, but Noles rolling right now and are the better team. If they are, throw it 30 or more times. Gators losing. Happy Thanksgiving, Silk, CJ, and Larian. Praying hands. Fist of power. Appreciate that, man.
Fist of power. Hey, Steve, appreciate that, bro. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family as well, my dude.
Hey, Larian, you might want to go. Oh, we got one more. Shout out to a roll. No, Larian, y'all going to be bowl eligible?
Yeah, baby. Yes, sir. I'm predicting that Pitt win.
Okay.
Speaking of Pitt, man, we got Pitt. Yeah, we got them on coming on too. Did you want to go ahead and recap? If any, get your Clemson takes off real quick before you. If you don't want to, that's up to you. But you want to get your Clemson takes off before
I got to do it. It's funny. I've already done it, and for my other show, and I'm like, bro, I don't even know where to start.
Matter of fact, Taylor just hit me up and said Noah is in, so we go ahead and get that going.
Let's keep it talk.
Cool. Troy, get that going, and then
we'll talk. Re-slap.
And then we'll go ahead and move forward with the Clemson game.
I want to talk some Portal talk before we get out of here too, man. It's a lot of Portal and recruiting, how they tie in together. I think Will Fong had a great point he tweeted out. So yeah, I want to have a discussion about that too before we get up out of here.
No doubt.
Hey Noah, how you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
Pretty good.
Vibing, man.
Yeah, we got Noah Hiles here. He's the Pittsburgh athletic reporter for the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. Noah, you made it down to South Florida yet?
Yes, I'm. So I actually have family in Daytona Beach. So.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Noah, real quick.
I knew it.
Real quick.
I knew it.
So I'm gonna give you some good food takes, right? So.
All right. What do you got for me?
Stop by, look up Bethune Grill, and you can ask my counterpart right here, Larian. He's another guy just put on the Bethune
Perfect
Grill.
Timing, man. We're supposed to talk about this on the show.
Yeah. I want you to stop by Bethune Grill, grab you some wings, man. Some of the best wings you will have, man. Trust me, Bethune Grill. Some really good wings.
I might have to do that tonight.
Yeah,
let
definitely.
Me tell you, watch your turn. I turned one time too wrong. Some dude.
Yeah, you gonna be in a bad spot.
He jumped off the porch. Start flagging me over.
I'll say you're Pat, what?
I'm like, come on, bro. Who I look like? Man, I'm not pulling over, man. This dude was just like literally waving me over. I never did get to review the wings because I had tech difficulties on the last show. But since we here and we talking about it real quick, I'm gonna give the wings, man. They were very, very good. I'm gonna give them an 8.5 out of 10. Now you gotta keep in mind, I'm not really a wet wing guy, but this sauce, superior. It is very, very good. And they fry them super crispy like I like them. So that
So
was it.
what flavor should I go with when I
So
get these
listen,
wings?
that's the thing. It's a
Just say
specific
wings.
sauce. Only thing you need, tell them your number. 8, 10, 12, 15, 20, however many you want, and they gonna take.
They ain't gonna ask you.
And it's just one flavor. Like that's what they do. Okay,
That's the flavor.
All right,
It's dope. Only thing that probably I would have liked a little bit better because I like a little heat because it's like
But
a
see, that's the
honey.
thing. You got buffalo. They do have honey and buffalo, but the popular is buffalo. I mean honey. Me, I ate that shit so damn much. I just switched it up to go half buffalo, half honey. But I'm telling you, they got honey and buffalo, but the buffalo is a staple.
All right, yeah. I want the real stuff. Like when I'm in a new area, like give me.
Oh no, trust me. Yeah, this is one of those places. Yeah. This is like a local neighborhood type of restaurant.
Yeah, don't call. They're not gonna answer the phone.
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta go.
I tried that. I tried that to no avail. I had to just pull on up, but damn well worth it. I had to make a quick pit stop on the way heading back down to Florida, but absolutely worth it, man. Y'all check them out. So anyways, we got the game coming up this weekend. This is one of my more nervous games every year. I know we got a little streak going right now, but streaks are made to be broken as well. And Miami's in flux. We're super schizophrenic right now, all over the place. Yeah. And one thing I know from Pitt is I usually can always expect some pretty decent quarterback play. Underrated usually O-line and normally a tenacious D-line with usually some sort of South Florida guy that got overlooked by the big three. But I haven't got to watch Pitt this year. So who's that South Florida guy up front on the D-line that's going to be I need to circle?
I'm pretty sure. I want to make sure he's either from Georgia or Florida. But there is one guy. His name's Kalijah Cansey. He's going to be an All-American this year. Yeah, he has 7.5 sacks. He had 3 a couple weeks ago against Virginia. I mean, he's one of the best defensive linemen in the country. Pitt always churns these guys out. You look all the way back to Aaron Donald, and even more recent guys like Pat Jones or Jalen Twyman who are in the NFL now. Cansey is who Narduzzi said is the best defensive lineman that he's coached in his 7 years at Pitt. Now, he wasn't here for Aaron Donald. He wasn't here for Aaron Donald. Okay. But there's been other guys who have been pretty early draft picks and who have been pretty solid performers at the next level. And he called Kalijah the best of the best. Now, he was banged up last week against Duke. But altogether, I mean, the defensive line is the best part of this team. Deslin Alexander is another really, really good player up front. He had 2.5 sacks against Syracuse a couple of weeks ago. Habakkuk Baldonado, another player who I think will have a future at the next level. He's someone I could see having an impact here. If he does play, he's also a little bit banged up, but they're so deep up front. So yeah, the defensive line, as always with Pitt, is its strength.
Yeah, I was kind of quietly in the background. I wasn't screaming it, but it was a time when I was trying to get Narduzzi to Miami. Now I can go. I don't know if it would have fit culture wise per se, but I do like what he does up in Pittsburgh. Like I said, always wanted to scare your teams, and we're kind of reeling right now. Just don't know who's gonna necessarily show up. Let's look to the other side of the football real quick though, before we get into it. How's Slovis been kind of working out? I know like I said, it's usually a pretty solid, but not so much.
No, it's been bad. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. If they had just average quarterback play this year, they'd probably be a 1-loss team. They really would be. I mean, he started the year really well. I don't know if you guys got the chance to watch the Backyard Brawl, which started the season at West Virginia.
That was the only game I
saw. He looked really good there. And then in the first half, he played against Tennessee. Pitt was beating Tennessee for pretty much most of the first half. On the final play of the first half, instead of taking a knee and going into the locker room, they decided to run one more play. He got hit, got a concussion, and fumbled the ball away. Tennessee took the lead, and they ended up winning the game because of it, although Pitt took him into overtime with a backup. But Slovis hasn't been the same since he came back from the concussion. I don't think the concussion I don't think he has lasting effects. It's just we haven't seen that player. There comes a time in a lot of games for Pitt late in the game where their defense is good enough to hang around against any opponent. I mean, they kept him around against Hendon Hooker and that lethal offense that Tennessee has. They kept him hanging around against Drake May, who I think is probably the best quarterback in the country this year, or at least the best player that I've seen in the games that I've covered. The defense is good enough to keep them hanging around, but there comes a point in the time in the fourth quarter where Pitt needs to complete a pass, and it's going to be late in a down, or it's going to be far away where they know the run, where the defense knows the run's not an option. They can't use play action. You just have to go 5 wide, and you have to complete a ball against us. And in the games where he's not been able to do that, they've lost. They've lost 2 games that they had no business losing this year, against Georgia Tech at home, where they were a 22-point favorite, and Louisville on the road, where they took a lead into the fourth quarter. And in both of those games, the reason Pitt fell apart is because its offense could do nothing in the second half. And the defense, while it played lights out for pretty much the whole game, if you keep turning the ball over in the second half and giving a short field to the opposing offense, and you add in the fact that Pitt's punt team is just terrible. They've had 3 punts blocked this year. They just make things so hard for their defense that it collapses. And when you play against good quarterbacks like Malik Cunningham from Louisville or Drake May, you lose. And that's been the thing. If they just got average quarterback play, I'm talking 15 of 20 passes completed for 200 yards, no touchdowns or no interceptions, Pitt might be an undefeated team. I'm not even kidding. But they've had bad play from that position, and it's costed them mightily this year because it's been so bad it's hurt all other areas of the team.
Well, I know a bright spot is your running back, Banacanda, right?
Yes.
Talk a little bit about his overall game. We did get to face him before. He did pretty well then. But for a guy who may have never seen a Banacanda play before, how would you kind of describe his overall style?
This kid's special. He's not going to be a first-round pick or anything, but there's going to be a team that takes him in probably day 2 of the NFL draft, and they're going to get a very, very good player. I did an in-depth piece on him earlier this year. This is a kid who started playing football at the age of 4 years old. His parents enrolled him in kindergarten when he was 4, so he's a grade younger than everyone. He's been going to personal trainer lessons since he was 11 years old. He's a phenomenal athlete, and he loves being the bell cow of this offense. He's not opposed to running the ball 25, 35 times a game. Anytime you're breaking a record that's what was once held by a guy named Tony Dorsett, right, you're having a pretty good year. And against Virginia Tech, he ran for 300-plus yards and 6 touchdowns. And that's what Pitt looks to do. They're one of the best time of possession teams in the country. They have a great running back with Banacanda who will always get 100 yards pretty much. Every game that he's played from start to finish, he pretty much went over the century mark aside from the opening game against West Virginia. But they've got other good running backs. I'm not even sure if Izzy's going to play this week. In the final drive of the fourth quarter against Duke last week, they needed a first down, and he wasn't on the field. They went with another running back, and they said he was unavailable. And he's kind of had a little bit of a shoulder thing going on all year. You ask Izzy about it, he'll be the first one to say he's a soldier. He wants to go out there, he wants to perform, and you love to cover a guy like that who loves playing football. And I'm sure he wants to play. A 4-0 finish in November means a lot to this team, and Izzy's a big part of that. But even if you don't see Izzy, Pitt's got a very deep running back stable. The guy behind Izzy Abanikanda is Rodney Hammond Jr. He had a phenomenal game against West Virginia in the season opener where he ran for 90, I think caught for 60. He ran for $124 against Syracuse when Abanikanda was out. He's really good. Sebo Flemister is the third-string running back. He's a Notre Dame transfer. He's been a really reliable guy in short yardage situations, along with Daniel Carter, who's their fullback, who they'll use in short yardage situations. So Pitt's going to be able to run the football, regardless of who they have. But if number 2's in the backfield, there's going to be some problems because he is a playmaker.
I
like all that, Noah.
I know he loving that. I hear your oomps over there.
Yeah, no, I know you're
ad-libbing like amigo.
No, I know you're talking about some of the struggles with the quarterback position and slogans. What about? But you guys do have a productive receiver in Jared Wayne, right?
Yeah.
Has over 800 yards thus far. Like I said, probably have more yards depending on the quarterback play. Talk about him and just the development aspect, and just because I'm a real big fan of Taekwon Underwood, right? Talk about Taekwon Underwood he is as a receiver coach on the development side and also on the recruiting side, because I know Hakeem Williams, who's committed to FSU. Pitt was in his recruitment and was a big player in his recruitment, all because of the relationship they built with Taekwon Underwood.
Yeah, and Coach Underwood, when he came in here, he had a tough challenge. I mean, if you look, Pitt lost its wide receiver coach right before the bowl game. He went over to Texas, right? And then
Addison. Was it Addison, right?
Well, that was their coach. But then because he left, Addison goes in the portal, and now you look, he's catching passes from Caleb Williams over at USC right now. So Pitt lost its position group coach, who was
pretty damn good too. Because what was his name, if I'm not mistaken? Because he was the guy that I had circled as far as the possible receiver coach for FSU.
I don't remember his name off the top of my head because I wasn't covering the team last year, but I know he was really good. He's over at Texas now, and then right after he leaves, Addison goes in the transfer portal. So in like a span of like a couple months, they lose probably one of their best position group coaches, one of their best recruiting coaches, and then they lose the best receiver in the country. So Taekwon came in here, and he had his work cut out for him where, you're depleted, I guess, as far as talent, and like you're a first-year coach with a new offensive coordinator, new quarterback, so much going on there. And I think he's done a really good job. He's done a good job in a lot of areas, like developing Jared Wayne into being a true number one. I think is something that he needs to be commended for. But what I think he does best is teaching patience to these young guys. They brought in two guys from the portal, Bub Means, who was a all-conference USA freshman receiver from Louisiana Tech, and a freshman All-American, Kanate Mumfield, who was at Akron last year. And these guys both came in. They committed to a team that at the time had an offense ran by Mark Whipple that threw the ball like 80% of the time, that was led by Kenny Pickett, a Heisman finalist. And that's the offense that they thought they were coming into. And then they switched the offensive coordinator up to Frank Signetti, who likes to run the ball like 60 to 70% of the time some games. So keeping those young guys who thought they were signing up for one thing and keeping them invested despite all of the running games. I mean, I was not anywhere near as talented as them, but I played receiver, and I understand how boring it was even at the high school level when we're running the ball every play. You're like, damn it, can we just throw the ball, please? Like, I want to do something aside from block. And like for those guys to be so much more talented and have so much more on the line, I could only imagine how frustrating that would be when they uprooted their lives and relocated to somewhere they'd never been. But Taekwon's done a great job of getting a collective buy-in. And we've seen, through that collective buy-in, we've seen guys recently kind of have big games. Bub Means had a fantastic game against Virginia a couple weeks ago where he caught a couple balls, caught his first touchdown, and he talked about it. He just said, I wasn't getting many opportunities in the beginning, but we stayed invested. We trusted the process, and they look at this as a long-term thing where, it's like looking like Slovis will probably be back next year for Pitt. All their receivers can return back. They don't have one guy in the receiving room that's out of eligibility, so even Wayne can return. And while I don't know if he will or not, he might probably take his chances at the next level. Those younger guys behind him, they're going to be top playmakers next year, and learning that offense and everything, that's a product of their position group coach, allowing them to not allowing them to get super frustrated and kind of give up on the ultimate goal. So that says a lot about him. And then as far as Wayne, I mean, Jared Wayne's one of the best leaders on this team. When you're a beat writer and, you cover a college program where they get to choose who speaks after a loss, you really find out what the coaches think about certain players when, if there's an embarrassing loss and they send out those couple kids who aren't gonna, say some things they don't want getting out of the locker room. And Jared Wayne's one of those guys. He's incredibly well spoken. He's someone who's been late to media availabilities at practice because he was on the field working on the jugs machine 30, 40 minutes after practice. And you can't get mad at a kid, even if you are on deadline, which can be annoying. Can't get mad at a kid for honing his craft and putting in that much work. You have to respect that. And so he's a hell of a player.
Yeah,
what you see on
Brennan Marion? Just one. Brennan Marion. That was the receiver coach.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, Brennan Marion.
What do you see on film when you watch Miami play? What do you see?
See a lot of quarterbacks. Not sure which one's gonna play. I mean, hey, the one that played against us last year on the North Shore of Pittsburgh looked pretty good. But I don't. I mean, we'll see if we get him on Saturday evening. Pitt doesn't know what to anticipate, but I mean that's the biggest thing that stands out to me. I mean, Miami every year, regardless if they're quote unquote back with the turnover chain and they're winning 10+ games and there's all the excitement and they're on national TV and everyone's showing back up. All those famous alums are back on the sidelines and telling them, "Hey, you guys are good, but you're not. Yeah, you're not as good as we used to be and everything." If
that's what they tell them.
Yeah. If it's
That's
those
exactly
good
what they
times,
be saying.
Yeah.
or if it's the low times, you know what you're getting with Miami as far as talent. The skill guys are some of the best in the country. They're gonna have elite players, or at least they have the athleticism to be great. I think they're I guess the number one thing I see is a team that you shouldn't underestimate. And while mentality-wise, they probably might not have a lot to play for in this final game, I think that this is a program they've always looked at with Pitt as a team that they could rely on and beating. They beat them 6 of the last 7 times, and they probably want to end their season with a win. And so I look at a team that's probably going to come in and be hungry. But yeah, the number one thing that stands out is just the quarterback play and how that's been a big struggle for you guys this year.
Yeah, I can't tell you for sure it's going to be the guy from last year. There's word coming out that it's a good possibility.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
I'd like to see him play. I think he may be moving on one way or the other.
I think so too.
But yeah, let's go get Van Dyke.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, he lit it up last year. They saying it's a good chance he's going to actually get in and play this game. So, that could definitely affect the outcome of the game. Either way, I mean, I'm gonna take us. We got to get this one. we need it. Yeah, we got something to play for just from the sense of bowl eligibility. We don't want to be on the outside of the club.
That's fair.
Yeah. So that's kind of what the energy's got to be. But it's still a lot of turnover. We got a lot of moving parts, a lot of players. You're starting to see a little, a slow exodus of players. So we'll see how the mood is. See who's ready to stick around, who's ready to really battle it out in the game with a tough Pitt team. I know Narduzzi's going to definitely have them ready mentally. And I definitely think you guys got enough playmakers to get this done and come on down and pull it off in Hard Rock. So we're going to see who. I think it's going to be Miami's just going to have to pull it all together again. But they're coming off getting embarrassed by Clemson, just could not move the ball at all. And I don't know if we got any of that fixed this week. So it could be another interesting game, man. We'll see how it all ultimately shakes out. You guys got any other questions? We want to get on to the predictions.
No,
that's it, man. Get to the predictions.
Yeah, no. What do you think? What do you think Miami? Well, what do you think Pitt has to do to win this ball game? What do you think has to ball well for Miami for them to win the ball game? Before you get into your score prediction,
I think the key for Pitt is just limiting mistakes in games where they play clean football. Their defense is good enough, and you don't really see it in the overall numbers because like I said, they've been put in so many bad situations from the punt team and from their offense at times where they allow more points than they really should be allowing. But if it just plays clean football and doesn't give Miami, short fields or easy opportunities, that's going to be the difference. I mean, this Pitt defense just this month alone has scored 3 touchdowns racked up a safety. And I don't know if you watched the Virginia game. They scored 2 touchdowns on the first 2 plays. It was unlike anything. They were up 14-0, 16 seconds in. It's unlike anything I've ever seen. They scored 5 touchdowns in back-to-back seasons. So they're capable of taking a game over, especially late when they're not gassed and just really dead tired because they've been on the field.
Just put in terrible situations.
Right. So I think that the key just comes down to playing clean football, relying on your run game. I know Miami does decent against the run, but, I mean, Pitt ran the ball well pretty much against everyone it's played. I think it'll still do fine there. And just not allowing Miami to beat you. I think this Pitt team is rolling right now. After going 4-4 in October, it talked about wanting to finish strong in November. Something similar happened in 2020 where it had a terrible October, finished 3-1 in November, and the following year it rallied to win the ACC. I think they're looking to do that again this year, where a strong November can catapult it into having another big year next year. So I just think that doing exactly what it's been doing this entire month, which is old school Pittsburgh style football, defense and running the football, not turning it over, that's how Pitt wins. And Miami wins by Pitt not doing that, by being stupid and careless with the football and not and allowing them to capitalize on mistakes.
Yeah, you guys. Which you got for a final score for us?
I don't know what the situation with the numbers here in the state of Florida is, but I certainly like to play them up north of, as far as, the spread and everything. But
yeah.
I see Miami's getting 6.5 at home. So, Hurricane bettors, I think you might be safe with that. I'll go 27-21 Pitt there. So I think that, just field position is going to be really big in this one. I think that Pitt's defense will probably set up some easy scores with some forced turnovers, and it'll be close at the end, but I think the defense holds on to, get Pitt its 8th win of the year.
Nice.
Yeah, I think I'm leaning leaning. I don't want 24-17 Pitt. I'm going 24-17 Pitt.
Is Van Dyke really playing?
They say it's a good chance. Yeah, they haven't announced still. Still keeping it close to the vest. But
I'll say this too: if it's a high-scoring game, Miami will win. That's just the way.
It's not a high-scoring game.
That's
not going to happen.
Snow?
I can answer that for man. I don't need your help. Thank you, though.
Hey, y'all must be bringing the snow down from Pittsburgh to Miami.
Hey, we might get some turnovers. You know what I'm saying? Might get a pick 6 or 2, a scoop and score. Don't look for the offense to necessarily get you a whole bunch of points.
Give me 27-17 Pitt.
All right, and I'm gonna take home team. Close game. I got us 28-27.
Okay.
Yeah, real fun. I think it's gonna be a fun weekend of college football, man.
I think
what's
so
the spread?
6.5.
6.5.
That's why I picked 6. I think Miami will get that backdoor cover there at the very
might be
end.
our only cover of the year, though. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I have to go look at that. I have to go look again. I think that might be the only one for the year. Maybe one other one. I think we might have got one other one.
I think y'all got 2.
Yeah, something ridiculous. But hey, I almost called it. You know what's so funny? I was like, the guy we had last year used to work for the Post Gazette as well.
Johnny?
No, Craig. Craig.
Oh,
Myers.
Craig. Craig Myers.
Yeah, I almost called you Craig. Just I was like, all right, Craig. Yeah, I hit him up. Yeah, he's doing Colorado now, man.
Yeah, he's a good dude. Yeah,
real cool dude, man. You did a great job, taking over the spot for him, man. So
thank you.
We look forward to having you on again. Did we go to the crazy schedule next year?
Next year is when we get rid of the conference schedules and do the entire ACC. So it should be pretty interesting.
Yeah, well, either way, we'll need you back anyways, man. We definitely appreciate you coming on, man. Thanks for sharing your time with us, man.
Hey, I appreciate it, and I'll be sure to give you that review on the wings, Bethune Grill.
Yeah, right? Bethune Grill. Let me know for sure. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I'll tweet it out. I'll try to get that tonight for dinner. And
you'll enjoy it. All right, before we let you go, Noah, let the people know where they can find you at.
You can find me on social media. My Twitter is @_Noah Hiles. That's NOAHHILES. That's pretty much where I post all my content. Instagram, it's just more like bragging about how I get to travel the country and stuff and posting some clout. But no, overall, yeah. Yeah. But
they pay me to do this.
Yes, exactly. They do. I can't believe it. One day they're going to stop, but not today, hopefully.
No doubt, man.
Yeah.
Thanks again,
enjoy Miami, man.
I will. Thank you guys
man.
for having me on. This was fun.
No problem.
No doubt, man. Later.
What do we say to the God of death?
Not today. Not today. All right. You want to get into Clemson recap?
Yeah, we can go ahead and do that.
All right, man.
Real quick, do we have any super chats, Taylor, during that time frame that we had Noah on?
Oh,
regardless, man. Cool. Pound that like button. Hit like. Hit subscribe. Show us love. It costs nothing to show us love. That like button is absolutely free. It helps us climb the algorithms and get this channel growing. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
All about the rhythms.
Yeah, like Sil said, man. Hit that like button, subscribe. Helps pushes our content to the right people, man. So definitely do that for us.
This is the rhythm of the night. All right. So, Clemson. It was a sellout crowd. They all showed up as usual. They had like 81 grand in there. And I mean, they put on a show. More or less from the gate, we just, weren't able to put anything together offensively. I know the big number that's been out there is, 98 yards. It's embarrassing in today's, modern game. You got to figure out something. And Gaddis kind of went on to say, due to injuries and personnel, this is like the third offense that he's rolled out. And I'm like, well, okay. None of them have been particularly successful, though. So, without getting into details on that, I'm actually gonna drop a short vid for you guys, kind of getting into that a little bit more. Should actually be out this morning or Friday morning, but either way, I think there's just been a total disaster there. We've seen this once before with Enos. It's just not quite clicking, and it's not to put 100% blame on Gaddis, but somewhere there's disconnect. You have a disconnect. Obviously, it's been brought up on this show before about how the hiring process went. There's rumblings about disconnect between the quarterback coach and the OC, which is typically in today's game tends to be the same guy. But Gaddis likes to work with wide receivers. That's kind of what he's done previously. So I don't know. That's a little odd to begin with, but like I said, it just hasn't quite worked out. So from the basically the blow of the whistle, first snap of the ball, it was just total ineptitude offensively.
I feel bad letting you talk about this game, man. Let's talk about the vibes, bro. You ain't gotta go. We know it was a massacre, bro. You want to talk about it?
I mean, it ain't gonna take me long. Trust me, it's not really a lot. It's not a lot to get into.
I don't really want to get into the breakdown. I don't want to get into the breakdown of the game. I want to talk about
what was the issue? No, that's cool. What my thing is, what was the issue with the offense from your point of your perspective, Larry? Because I didn't watch anything in regards to the game.
Yeah, I went back. Shout out to homie Steve. I went back and watched his breakdowns. I think he does a great job on 365 Canes Info. So check him out. If you ever want to just watch some film breakdown, I just think it's you're bringing in a freshman quarterback, right, with an offense that hasn't necessarily been doing very well to begin with, and he just doesn't quite get everything yet. And that's not totally on him because he's not supposed to be playing.
I told you, man, my biggest gripe with that shit is not. And we kind of focus on the guy that's playing, but my biggest gripe is fucking Garcia. Like he should be the guy that should be seasoned and playing right now. But yeah, go ahead.
And he's just been coughing up the rock every opportunity he gets. He did come in very late, got a garbage time TD. After we just decided, hey, that's enough. Pull Jakari out the game. We don't want to bruise his ego anymore. It's kind of how I took it. Like, let's not totally destroy the kid on a game that we just not going to win. So they pulled him up out of there. But short synopsis, man, without, like I said, getting into too many more details. Just an absolute inability to move the ball. The defense actually played fairly decent for a while. Now we were horrible on third downs, but again, a lot of that comes from poor field position and a lack of balance on the other side of the football. So, you went in Death Valley and you got destroyed. Didn't think we would do well. I thought we could at least muster up a couple of 100 yards of offense. And I'm not even talking nothing crazy. I'm talking like
200 yards isn't a lot to ask for, yeah.
Yes, I'm not asking for something,
Pop Warner game, bro.
Yeah, I was like, bro, this is amazing that you just can't get anything more than that going. But, and you were asking about the vibe, Silk? That's what you about to say.
I mean, it's a lot of smoke out there. Luke on the timeline trying to hire Dan Mullen and shit. This is elephant in the room that Gaddis is a lot of people think he's done for. So, like, what's the vibe? Yeah. That normally don't bode well when you're getting rid of an offensive coordinator year one. That's Willie vibes. So, like, what's the vibes around the program?
Yeah, we did it with Manny. Yeah, we did it with Manny as well.
That's right. Who was Manny's first coordinator that first year?
Enos.
That's right.
Enos. And then, he made it the change and it worked out better with last year.
I remember the memo lives with Enos. That shit was crazy.
Yeah. He was the
it was the motions,
coach, right?
Yeah. They were talking about motions.
He never did it again, though. This is the thing.
Y'all talking about motions for?
This is the thing, though. When we played y'all that year, he pulled out all the motions. You never saw it again. Never saw the shit again. I don't get it. I don't understand that.
I spent the whole offseason talking about motions for no reason. That shit was crazy.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. I was sitting in them stands and I say, "Oh shit, something other than just lining up."
What's Martell Tate was that summer?
Oh,
Ooh, they had some
Tate.
nasty lies.
Martell Tate sound like a liquor. Martell Tate. No,
Tate lies was crazy, boy.
Tate Martell.
Tate Martell.
Yeah. Tate Martell might have been. Tate Martell might have been the worst quote unquote quarterback I have ever watched
he was bad.
play. Like I've never seen a guy that like he can't throw the football. Like
his sister ended up being more popular than him at one point in time.
How he got 5 stars though?
Yeah, because he rich. Because he come from money.
He bought him. That's crazy,
man. You know what it is. That man come from money, man. Yeah, that was embarrassing. But yeah, the vibes I'm getting is Gattis gone. He might have just been fool's gold from the get go. Be honest with you. You heard the flack. Yeah, you heard the flack from even Mike Loxley didn't get into it, but Mike was like, I called the offense. I ain't I'm not gonna dance around all this shit, but I'm not gonna get messy with it. But yeah, come on, like I'm Mike Loxley. I did that. And he's caught his criticisms, and I think fairly so. There's a difference. Okay, like I said, I can see plays where I'm like, well, that's a play we got to make or we need to make. But there's also his fair share of just bad calls. I'm like, what are you thinking here? And what's the idea here? So I think ultimately that this marriage is over. And he, I think it's good for him too. I think he goes and tries to revamp his image a little bit. I don't know where he's going to end up landing, but he'll get another job. You know how this game goes.
Any ricochet bullets? Anybody else get clipped in this whole thing? Or are you gonna bring in a receiver offensive coordinator?
I'm hearing Ponce may be a casualty of war as well. So you may see we're bringing a new OC who will probably be the quarterback coach and then a wide receiver coach is what I imagine.
I think I know of a guy y'all could probably hire, man.
Taquan Underwood.
No, not even quite receiver. That's a receiver coach. That would be a good receiver coach for you guys.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We need one.
But no, man. I think I know a guy who he's a head coach. He'll probably end up being fired pretty soon. I think he'll be a pretty good offensive coordinator.
Did he invent? Does he run the offense nobody else does?
Yeah, it's an offense nobody else does. It's called the Speedway offense. You got to have a lot of war daddies. Most y'all got a bunch of war daddies y'all to be out, man. So you got to go too far, man. Let's go holler at my boy.
Golf coast, baby.
War daddy.
Golf coast.
War daddy.
That's what Mario need. Mario need Willie, man. Thrive.
That's what it is. Hey, if it works, it works.
That man said, I need a bunch of war daddies.
That sounded crazy.
A bunch of war daddies.
It do sound crazy. I know what he's saying, but it do sound crazy.
I'm calling another man daddy in no capacity.
War daddies. But
yeah, so and then the other word I'm hearing coming out of things is Mario's kind of, part of what's going on is he's setting the tone of who got the grit, who's really built for this. And quite frankly, he just feels like a lot of these guys on this roster shouldn't be at Miami. So continue to look for right now.
We all feel that way as well.
Yeah. I'm not. Yeah.
About my program too. There's some guys that just shouldn't be on our roster, bro.
And it's not impersonal. It's just for the level of football that we're trying to attain and play at. You're just not quite cut from that cloth, and best of luck. We've already have 4 guys in right now that announced for the portal. I expect several more. So we got Allen Hay, defensive tackle. We've got Elijah Roberts. I was a little, I won't say surprised. I thought he would play more. Elijah seemed to be like a good tweener guy that we could use both inside and outside. Seemed to be pretty athletic and so I think he'll probably actually end up still at you may see him at like a Louisville or something like that. He's a kid I want to kind of follow his career a little bit to see what ends up happening with him. Gilbert Frierson, graduate. Gil never saw the field.
What happened with Gil this year? That's weird. I just don't know what happened. It's weird.
Bro, I don't know. He came out. He played the spring. They had him like in the star a good bit. He looked really great in the spring, and then that was it. We never saw him again. We got healthier, and then I guess he fell out of, he just fell out of the rotation there. That was a little disappointing for me as well. But
as bad
I
as
guess
y'all been, that's a far fall off to like not even see the field. That's a
right.
weird exit.
Yeah. And shout out to Gil because he handled it like a grown man. I mean, he is a graduate, so it was quiet. Never heard any buzz, anything negative, and he just he kept his head down, did the work, and now he's moving on. So best of luck to him as well. And who's my fourth guy? I say, hey, Gil. Oh, I had it right here in my notes. And but like I mean, ultimately, regardless, I think you're probably going to end up seeing somewhere in the, I'd say like 20 guys, man. Thad Franklin. Thad Franklin was another guy that decided to depart. So they're already, we already looking out there.
Already told them boys' moms to pull up. Their moms pulled the fuck up.
Come on, get them, man. I ain't mad at it, man. It ain't working. Sometimes the relationship just ain't working. Just pack your stuff and get on out of there.
I feel that. I got some moms about to pull up as well.
Yeah.
Hey. Since we're speaking on that, man, I haven't gotten too much in regards to possible portal entries for Florida State, but I do know one who I think, and this is not, well, I guess it is a little small to it, but this is something I feel like will personally happen. I do think Sam McCall will end up in the portal.
Been in and out that joint, or at least threatened to get in and out.
Right, and even so, he bounced back off of that, and I think it's just the freshman blues not really playing and that type of deal, not really feeling engaged. And again, man, it's just some freshmen like that, and I understand it, but I'm gonna be quite frank with you. The opportunity was there. I mean, opportunity has been there, and I'm not saying, and I'm not even holding that against them because you guys know how I feel about freshmen. I don't really include freshmen in any fucking thing.
Expectations,
expectation wise. Just because I know what all goes into it, and different players develop and grab shit at different times, right? But you have Zaire Thomas, who pretty much he's not starting anything, but he's getting reps. He's like a rotational guy when it comes to, when we're blowing out teams and things like that. He's one of those first young guys that's in, so it's there. And even last week, it's a picture where pretty much everyone was on the sideline and Sam McCall was on the bench by himself. And it was reported that multiple times a coach or assistant, someone off the field, came to try to, give him some encouraging words and say, hey, come on to the sideline with the rest of the team. He'll do it for a second, then find his way, 5-10 minutes later, back isolated by himself on the sideline. So just kind of seeing
off.
Yeah, just drift off randomly, right? So you kind of
trying to sneak out the party like I do. All right, I'm up out of here, man.
Tuck mine in. Yeah, so but you kind of see the writing on the wall, and I think he'll probably end up hitting the portal. But I do want to say, be wary, man, because the grass isn't always greener. Wherever you go, that shit is not going to be handed to you. You got to do the same damn thing and prove it and earn it there. But I do think he's a talented player. Just need time to develop and hone those skills. But
think he going down to Miami to hang out with money.
He probably could hang out with money, and he's real good friends with Ja'Cory Brown also. So we'll see how that plays out, man. I know that could be a possibility for sure. That could.
I mean, he's talented, but I'm kind of like you. I question the leave at this point because I think his opportunities are going to open up a lot more next year.
Yeah, it should be if he does what he's supposed to do.
Yeah, if he does what he's supposed to. So, yeah, that makes me question just a little bit of the. The mentality, the heart of
it. And I think Mike was really kind of going over and beyond and kind of get him on the field because if you guys remember, he was a starting kick returner at one point in time, but he really wasn't really getting. Go ahead.
Didn't he just get reps like after the last portal,
the Syracuse game? He played the Syracuse game literally the week after the portal entry, and he made some plays, had like 4 or 5 tackles in that game during that time frame. So I don't understand it. I don't get it. Then you got kids like Julian Armello and Omar Graham Jr., who are freshmen as well. They understand the situation. Both of them putting out tweets, patiently waiting, my time coming, that type of deal. Omar Graham said, I'm just waiting out. Like, I get to learn behind these guys on defense. What more can I ask for, that type of deal? So, I think those tweets were put out, to be honest with you, I think it was a message within those tweets. Not just them saying that, but pretty much saying, "Hey, bro, it's a fucking process. Like, let this shit play out." That type of deal. I think, I think the cats within the team are kind of seeing it as well. So we'll see how it plays out. I know in the exit meetings, Mike will probably have a conversation with him. We'll see how that conversation goes. Man, if he does,
the buy-in ain't there. You gotta know when to cut your bait. If you might as well. You know what I'm saying? You want to recruit a kid. And
it's
keep
only so much
around,
you could. Right, it's only so much you can fucking do as far as. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
In the way the portal is nowadays, we get guys coming in the portal all the time. On the flip end, you're gonna have some guys exit as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give it and take it.
Yeah, my homeboy told me a long time ago. I was working and me and him was fussing. And he was my lead at the time, and I said, "Man, I get the fuck up out of here." He told me, "Hey, man, I will not be held hostage to your attendance," and that never left me, bro. That never left me. You can't be held hostage to the attendance of others, man. Like, hey, if you ain't gonna do it, be gone, and I'm gonna figure out another way. But you're not gonna just hold me hostage to you being here. So, see how that plays out.
Beautifully said, man. Sometimes you have some gems for us, Larry.
Yeah, man, hey, I done lived a while. All this gray ain't just age. Some wisdom in there.
Already. All right, man. What we talking about? I got to do my recap. We got to ask whooped by Vandy, man. Embarrassing affair.
You ain't got to go too long, but I know we got to get the pickers in the Larry. And I got to get the
let's talk like just vibes and shit, right? Like my thoughts of overall on the game. Didn't like the strategy or the game plan coming from Billy. There's a lot to be desired as far as like first half timeout usage. Like I said before, I think we lead the league in taking timeouts to the halftime. The getting pass happy and I don't care what nobody says. He's game planning to keep this kid in the pocket and to get him NFL film. I don't care what anybody says. You can say it's working on something, but there's no reason why you don't have design runs. We ran the three game win streak. We had design runs in all of those games. A lot of them that was chunk yardage, especially when we got around the goal line. It wasn't option stuff. It was design runs. We only had one design run the entire game. That's insane for who AR is. So from a game plan perspective, like there's a lot to be desired. You can't take a week off in college football, let alone the ACC, in the SEC. You just can't take a week off. As you see the parity around the country, you're getting clipped. Every single week you got to come in with the energy of this is a dog fight. And from a maturity standpoint, I thought we was getting some growth. Even with the Bama game, I thought there was a lot of growth that was happening even within that game. To me, that was just a total setback going on the road the week before a rival. They didn't look like they had any high energy. We got down 2 scores, and even there was no urgency from the coaching staff, the players. It seemed like they were just coasting and going through. I know that's AR's demeanor a little bit, but I just need to see some body language. You can have a cool demeanor, but your body language could be like, hey, we got somewhere to be. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't get that feel. So that's my only – if you look at the stat line, AR had a great-ass day, even though he had a lot of drops. He missed some throws, so there's still some production left on the field. But what he did, he still 400 yards, a couple of touchdowns. The one turnover he did have was a drop by Bowman. So he had a productive day, but from how we win football games, every football game Florida has won this year, we ran for 210-plus yards every single game. So to go into this matchup and to come with the pitching the ball around the yard 40-something times on the road, it's cold. None of that's good football stuff. All that's just, to me,
stick to your bread and butter. Stick to your bread and butter. Go ahead and get
Can't get cute.
Right.
And we was cute as hell coming out.
Yeah. Vandy, like I said, even when I made that bet a while back, I was, half joking, but I know they tend to be just that team that usually give y'all a half for some reason. They'll give you like a half, because I know I've been watching the games before and be praying on Vanderbilt to win, and then the second half happens, and I'm like, oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. This shit ain't happening once again. I think, that's something you've been echoing a little bit throughout the year is what you do well and what works for you. For some reason, at points in time, y'all get away from it. And
right.
I don't think like I said, you can't game plan around the kids' NFL film, man. They want them anyways. Let them play within what you got going well, and he'll let them execute the plays that are there. But like I said, once you get to throwing the ball 40 times, All right, who are
Makes
we now?
no sense.
Yeah, who
This
are we
makes no
now?
sense.
Like,
I
yeah, that's
don't
not
get
who
it.
we. This isn't who we've been all season. So, yeah.
Also,
Growing pains.
discipline wise, man, we wanted the we led the SEC in least penalized team. Came out this week. The refs were on some BS as well, but we just got be more disciplined at this point in the season. I thought there was growth as well. I spoke about that on the show. I like to recover shit I said before. So I said the team was growing, and you can see that growth within penalty wise. And then you see the setback in the Vandy game. A lot of key penalties that could have got us off the field on third downs, but extended drives and got points. So it was a lot of setback, man. We'll see if these guys clear that up this week. But right now, that's what I'm at with it. I don't think there's no weird vibes with my staff. I don't expect any changes. Maybe a positional change, coach. I don't know. There's some changes I would like to have that ain't, you know what I'm saying, but I don't think it's gonna happen. That's where I'm at with it. I think the vibes are okay. I think Billy, this is a big game for Billy. Losing last week made it even bigger, you know.
Right.
My quarterback's talking a lot of shit. We'll see if he with the shits, man. Because I think this is his last game as a Gator. So we'll see what he put on the show.
Going out with a blast.
We'll see. We'll see. All right, what we got?
You going out with a blast, all right? Go blast his ass right.
Let me see.
This is the first time, right? Like I said, I told y'all boys in the chat, I need Florida to win. Just for a bet I made. I forgot I made because I said that Florida State would drop 4 games this year.
Nah, that money ain't gonna be worth my energy, bro. You don't want us to win. That money ain't gonna be worth my energy, bro.
Shit me.
That money ain't gonna be worth my energy,
pocket.
man.
I don't care. I'm gonna act like if y'all win, I'm gonna act like we won. if CJ win, I'm gonna act like we won. It make no damn difference. Whoever catches these L's, I'm jumping on the
win-win situation.
Yeah. No lose situation for me. But yeah, so it's weird because I'm like, I actually think Florida State pulls this off, but I need Florida to win, so I ain't got to call for that 100. But you know, hey, it is what it is. I forgot all about that bet too. I'm gonna remember though if Florida win, leave that.
No, you definitely gonna remember then.
Oh yeah, definitely gonna remember. I'm gonna text him right away.
Hey, but go ahead and
money on over to me, my boy.
Go ahead and get that Cash App and Venmo ready though, bro. Just go ahead and send it to him right now.
That's what I got to do.
Bro.
All right, hey,
just make a smooth process.
Hey, you write a check. You know, sometimes your ass got cash.
Write a check.
No, not an actual check. I'm
about to say
the check that your ass got the cash. You can't bounce all
citizens, boy.
Shit, no boy. I don't even know what the check look like no more.
Got a 75-year-old man.
If you put a check in front of me right now, dog.
You better 75-year-old man say you can write you a check on
at the job.
Yeah.
What you say? What you say? I owe you that, Larry?
Right.
Bro, you put a check in front of me right now. I promise you.
Let me put my John hand. Let me put my John Hancock on.
Did you tell me no cash the next Thursday? What the hell?
Yeah. That's post dated, man. Gotta make sure a couple things clear.
Right.
Take that bitch straight to the bank. Post date my ass. People will cash it too.
Right, let me get that.
Yeah, they'll respect the post date.
They don't respect nothing about no post date.
They respect the paper. Let me get that check right there.
Yeah.
That's fact.
We do
picks. Yeah, we do the picks.
Let's do the picks real quick. We're gonna talk some more Florida State before we get out of here. But let's do the picks. We got a new sponsor. I didn't have time to get it over to Larry Young, but Larry Young, this is gonna be your read, bro. We got some Kush back on the show. For everybody that was enjoying the vibes of the last situation where we had gummies and everything. We had a company that out of Tampa, like doing business with people that are Florida, keep it all community. All of our sponsors are Florida people. Vacay. If you go to Vacay, use coupon. What's the website? Because we got it wrong on the
VAYCAY.
No, the website, the exact website. Because I got it wrong on the tweet, and the people were letting me know. Takeavacay.com. Takeavacay.com. Make sure it's a lowercase t. I put a capital T and it does something weird. So you takeavacay.com. Use coupon code ROLLUP10 for 10% off of THC Delta 8 gummies. They have the flavors of kiwi, pomegranate, blue raspberry, watermelon. They also have vape flavors, Blue Dream, Cherry Pie, Bubblegum OG, and Sprout Nana. Good stuff. They have levels of it too. So you can kind of choose the strength of what you kind of get. you want to get, because everybody don't want that bang. Some people, like my mom, may want to eat one. You feel me? And she want to not pass out. So they got different levels. Check them out. I met those guys at KushCon at a conference that I was at. Real dope people. Some Florida alum, also in the Bay Area. I'm excited to have those guys on. Show some love. Get y'all some Kush. All this is federally legal to your mailbox, by the way. Same shit.
Shit. Yeah, what you messed up on the original one was you forgot the Y. That's what it was.
Oh.
It's take a. That's why I was telling everybody. It's take a VAYCAY. So the original tweet, it was just VACAY. That's all.
Got you.
Yeah. VAYCAY.
Yeah, this morning was a blur.
Yeah, check them out. That's a crazy part for me, because as soon as I wake up, I'm like, all right, wash your face, get set your computer up. All right, time to go. I'll be just getting the damn cold out my eyes, man. All right, let's see what we got here.
You got the leaderboard or no?
Yeah, I
think I can look at it right here. Hold on.
We had it Sunday. Real quick. I think it should be the same leaderboard, right?
Yeah, it should be the same.
Yeah, I got it. I'm looking at it right now. How far y'all want to go? Top 10?
Yeah, top 10.
Yeah, top 10 work.
All right, we'll do top 10. Tied at 7. Lot Boy, Gator Gurry, D Magic 05, CJ. They're all tied for 7th. Tied for 5th is Dope Boy 0817 and Crypto. At number 4, we have Decode. Tied for 2nd, Ryan Day and SRW32.
Ryan Day been cooking all year, bro.
Doing a damn good job. It's pretty close still, though, for those who aren't there. No, I done fell out of it. I'm too many games behind. Well, I don't know. Let me not lie. And number 1 is Harlan Harris. He's number 1.
Harlan at top dog.
Yeah, but he only up by a point. So, I mean, it's tight, man. It's a tight race.
He had a real good run the last couple of weeks.
Don't quit.
That's right. We did do this Sunday. Now it's all coming back to me.
Definitely don't quit, man. It's tight, man. All right, so let's get these picks in.
What she said.
Wow. Did she lie? All right, we got, one of the best weeks. Rivalry week, man. A lot of good games. So let's kick it off on Thanksgiving. The Egg Bowl. All right, number 20, Ole Miss. They are at home this year. They are 2.5-point favorites over Mississippi State.
Give me Mississippi State.
Right.
I'll take Mississippi State as well. What the hell happened with Lane this week? It was like some vague stuff that he may got. No, but they were saying they may have the Auburn job. It was like somebody reporting that shit.
Someone reported he was going to basically step down and not even coach this game and get ready for the Auburn job. Then Lane, of course, Lane being petty as hell, keep poking wolf, keep going back and forth. Yeah, trolling. Now, if you take the damn job in a week or two, then what? Like you gonna look stupid as hell.
He don't care, bro. Like
I was about to say that ain't nothing to him. Y'all knew I had that damn job.
Right.
He was just trolling the guy for being like, come on, dog, you ain't supposed to tell nobody that yet. That's all. It ain't a matter of if, it's yet. In my mind, it could switch around, but I could see where Auburn would like a Lane. I'm gonna toe the company line on that one too. I'm gonna take Mississippi State. I think Mike Leach gonna be able to run it up a little bit. Hope they wear them gold helmets. They be looking cool.
That's going smoother than I thought right now. To be honest with you, I thought it would be a terrible fit.
Yeah, Leach doing
Mike
something over there.
Doing all right.
Yeah. Revisionist history. You got to be like, not so bad. Next we got up on Friday games. We got Cincinnati, number 21, is hosting number 19, Tulane. This goofy ass fighting green wave logo let me down last time, man. Who y'all got on that one?
I think I picked UCF for that one, but yeah, what's is it 4.5?
2.5.
2.5.
Cincinnati giving up 2.5.
Give me Cincy.
Where's that?
It is in Cincy.
I ain't got shit to lose, man. I'm in the dumpster. Give me UCLA.
I was just about to say, what you think?
Yeah, I'm taking so long for it.
I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna go with the goofy logo one more time, man. I'm gonna give them a chance to redeem themselves. This is the silliest looking shit, though. I love it. All right, next game on the slate, number 24, Texas, giving up 7.5 to Baylor.
I'm gonna take Texas. Yeah, give me Texas.
I got Texas.
Yeah, I got Texas. Baylor kind of let me down. I thought they started the year a little strong, and then they started floundering. I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but yeah, I'll roll with Texas on that one as well. All right, we got number 18 UNC is hosting North Carolina State. They are favored by 6.5.
UNC. Ever since O'Leary been out, that's not the same NC State team.
Yeah. Leary.
I keep saying O'Leary.
O'Leary, that man to death.
And you keep correcting me on that shit
every time.
Leary.
Yeah, for sure.
Leary. Because you know what it remind me of? The whole
Nick
Travis.
Yeah, and I'm thinking about Nick O'Leary. I fucking
that used to play for y'all.
Damn tight end.
Y'all know who his granddad is?
Oh yeah, we all know about Jack, right? They were actually 100 times.
Old bare hand football player, boy.
Yeah,
that's 5'6" bro.
Hey, Nick was different, bro. Matter of fact, he had pulled up to the game last week, and he pulled up in
that boy gangster, man.
Some Hunter cameo. Yeah, Nick different.
Proud of Nick, man.
All right. I'm gonna take UNC on that one as well. I think they kill them. Actually, I think it's gonna be more than that. The defense is good, but I just don't know if they can generate enough offense.
Like you said, once the quarterback went down, that pretty much
ain't been the same.
Yeah.
We already did FSU in Florida. All right, we got the game, is what they call it. Number 2, OSU is at home. They are hosting Michigan. They are favored by 8.5. Woo!
That's a lot. I'm still gonna take the shoe though. Give me the horseshoe. The boys, they lost last year. Ryan Day will have a little bit of get back on his mind. So give me the Buckeyes.
All right.
Who you got, Larry?
I'm gonna go with Harbaugh, man. I like what the defense.
They should have got clipped last week. Cheating ass real.
Shit, really. Ohio State could as well against Maryland.
Right.
Yeah. I'm a weird kind of Harbaugh fan. From when he was with the 49ers, I think.
Okay. I keep forgetting that.
Yeah, I just think he's a funny, weird dude. And I like watching Ohio State lose too.
Sleeping with recruits and shit.
A punter, dog.
Fucking wild, man.
I ain't spending the night in no punter house, dog. Maybe a 5-star quarterback.
No, I'm gonna just get a hotel down the street.
Oh man, you don't want to roast marshmallows, man?
Nah.
Make s'mores.
You seen how Randy looked in that picture? When he had to say happy birthday? That's me. That's me, bro. Come on, dog.
I'm talking shit. I'm like, I'm not doing this shit.
Go ahead and lie to these fans about a 2-star with a high ceiling before I do all that.
Randy, what's crazy, me and Randy got the same barber, and I asked, we was in the barber shop one time, I asked him about that. He couldn't do nothing but laugh. And he said, I wasn't with that shit at all.
I bet.
Oh, he was there?
Yeah. He pretty much he had the appointment like right before me.
I got you.
You got the same. Literally got the same barber.
Randy grown as hell, man. Man, happy birthday. You don't even go here.
Right.
Happy birthday.
Happy fucking birthday. Randy said, "Bro, I ain't recruit these motherfuckers to the U like this."
I ain't saying to the motherfuckers on this team. That's how crazy this shit is. Game is wild right now. Who you got, sir?
Give me Harbaugh.
All right.
I think Harbaugh need this one. This is the perfect time for him to get some Ohio State shit going. They've been chumping him the entire time.
Yeah,
I think he was looking ahead last week.
No, last year was his first time beating him, I think.
Yeah. And I mean, just as a program,
he need to get some rhythm going. I think last week he was looking ahead a little bit. I think that's why they almost got clipped. Give me Michigan. I think they win by double digits.
All right, let's go. Next on the slate, we got number 7 Clemson at home versus the Gamecocks. minus 13.5.
Give me Clemson.
Yeah, I'll take Clemson.
Yeah, Clemson as well for me. South
I
Carolina.
don't know. I like Clemson for the game. I like South Carolina to cover that spread. 13.
So you take Carolina for the spread?
Yeah, I'll take Carolina for the spread.
Okay. I think Clemson. You damn near trade me. You made me change my mind, but I ain't gonna do it. I'm just take Clemson because now you got me wanting to go the other direction. All right, we got Georgia. They gonna have to cut this down rivalry off, man. Georgia Tech do something with this shit, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. Motherfucker, 35-point damn
35-point dogs on the rivalry,
in the
man.
fuck, bro. And they gonna cover.
Stop now.
And they gonna cover every damn point of that shit too.
Easy.
Easily.
Effortlessly.
Right.
Effortlessly. Who you got, Sil? There's no contest. 35 points, man.
What we got?
Georgia Tech. Georgia
fuck
is
Georgia,
by 35.
bro. Yeah, Georgia.
Yeah. Come on, Georgia Tech. Fight back, man. This come on, man.
At least pinch them.
Yeah, do something, man.
Yeah, it's going to be a bloodbath.
It really is. All right, we got Oregon and Oregon State. Oregon is currently number 10. They are going on the road, favored by 3.5. Oregon State is number 22.
Give me the Ducks.
Yeah, I like Oregon.
Ducks. I'm gonna go Oregon State at the upset at home. All right, this one should be a pretty good game. We got Kentucky at home. They're giving up 4.5 against Louisville.
Yeah, give me not Kentucky. Give me Louisville. I think Louisville is playing really good ball right now. They're on a little bit of streak. Give me Louisville. They're peaking at the right time.
What the hell?
What's the spread?
4.5.
Where is it at?
It is in Kentucky.
I take Kentucky.
Kentucky on that.
It's gonna be a pretty good atmosphere in Lexington.
Yeah.
Yeah, I echo CJ's sentiments. I think Louisville's been playing pretty good. Kentucky's been struggling to find a little rhythm. That O-line just ain't been what it has been over the last couple of years. So yeah, I'm gonna get Louisville on that one. Up next, we got the Iron Bowl. It is number 8 Alabama is at home, favored by 21.5 over Auburn.
Yeah, Cadillac about to get his ass took up and through there, man. Give me Saban for the spread.
Gonna look like a Vespa out there after the
Nicholas Saban.
Yeah, she don't look like a Cadillac no more.
Yeah, sorry, Lack. This is not.
Man, I can't wait. I can't wait. I hope Kiffin take that job, bro. That's gonna be a good little
shit talking little.
Oh man,
yeah.
What?
Yeah, not even week up. Just leading up the whole offseason. He gonna be
going to make the hire. Soon as they make his first shot, gonna be at Nick Saban. Soon as he gets the job, bro.
Yeah. Nick gonna fire right back at his ass. Didn't I fire you?
Nick gonna say. They gonna try to snitch on him like he's trying to snitch on Jimbo.
Like
what he gonna do?
Jimbo.
Nick just snitching on everybody now.
Shit, I don't know.
I'll hire your ass back if I feel like it, boy.
Because Kiffin was low key trying to snitch on Jimbo a little bit too. That boy, he kept talking about the paid class and all that type of shit.
Yeah. That's what did.
That's the main reason he going to Auburn, for he could do the same
pay
shit.
Pay class, man. Pay for the class.
Yeah, energize the fan base and the alumni. Yeah, I see it. We got number 6 LSU on the road. They are favored by 9.5 at Texas A&M.
Yeah, give me Jimbo grass.
Jimbo going.
I don't know the hell they waiting on. Everybody exiting, a lot of transfers.
Bro, we talk about that. I know you kind of called it too, which was crazy. But them bitches was up by 10 or 13 in the fourth quarter versus damn UMass. It was crazy. That shit, it's bad over there, man. It's bad.
You didn't pay that kind of money for this shit, man.
Yeah, it's
this is insanity.
I mean, the talent they spend a lot of money getting there, leaving. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, a lot of money going down. Like looking back, like all the shit he fucking complained about as far as like FSU and shit. Like that's the wild part about it. He got all of it. It looks worse.
And I looked at it, bro. I did it just out of curiosity because I was trying to figure out why this team is as bad as it is. Like I spoke on it before. I was never a big fan of Jimbo culture-wise. I just didn't think he kept. I just didn't think he cultivated a great culture. They last 4 classes averaged out to 4.75. So might as well say number 5 class is their average.
The last 5 years.
4 is what I did. I didn't go back 5.
Okay,
but either way,
within the last 4 years, top 5 class. Come on now.
This ain't what you paid for, man. $90 million is a lot of money still, though. So we'll see. I think
that class is falling apart a little bit. A lot of talent hitting that portal, and everybody's expecting more. We'll talk some portal talk, but I think Jimbo is done. I just don't know who they go after at this point. Somebody can get poached because Texas A&M with the shits. But I do think Jimbo is Jimbo's done in my mind.
All right. We got Tennessee is visiting Vanderbilt. They are favorite, number 9. They are favored by 17.5 points.
No, Tennessee ain't. No, Vanderbilt do this to everybody. Give me Vandy.
Tennessee, man, I like them for the 20. I like it for the 20.
I think the quarterback hurt, bro.
Hooker out.
Yeah, Hooker out. They may clip Tennessee. You talk about like that spread.
Yeah, I'm about to say I'm taking Vandy.
We about to see what hype will look like without a 30-year-old quarterback in a minute.
Damn, y'all got me thinking.
Grown man shit.
I'm gonna stick with Tennessee. Y'all got me thinking.
Okay.
I'm gonna stick with it.
Okay. All right, and last one, because we already called Pitt and Miami, will be number 5 USC at home versus number 13 Notre Dame. They are favored by 6.5.
I like Notre Dame. Man. They're playing
Right,
really good ball.
Shout out to my man Marcus Freeman out here hooping a little bit, man.
Right.
He turned that thing around, man.
Right.
It was a rocky start, man. Real rocky. But they've been dominant since then, to be honest with you.
Shout out Al Golden, man. Al just need to get in the right place.
Al got the defense right.
Man, everybody do all right when they get away from Miami. That's crazy.
Al flourishing and
They really do. And, I liked Al, though, as a person. That was the thing about Al. I just didn't think he was a good fit, but I liked the guys. Man, I think he's a nice dude.
Fans don't like when you say that, man. Like you like old coaches. Like people Dan Mullen retweeted my shit, right? We got into the conversation. It was fans of my mentions mad that I was having a good ass old happy time with Dan Mullen. How could you talk to him? Like what?
Because I don't dislike Dan. I don't know Dan.
The man he won a natty here, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't like the way he went out, but man, life goes on, bro. Like he on resorts, on TV, doing his thing, dog.
Yeah. And it wasn't all bad. It just wasn't a perfect fit. It just didn't quite work out all the way. And that's how I go. He wanted to leave too. So ain't no need in keeping a bunch of bad blood going. Y'all got to love something else too now. You know what I mean? Put this football shit in its proper perspective, man. Got children, man. You know what I'm saying? Got family and love them, man. There's other things that wrap yourself up in. I did see that. I thought that was crazy. I was like, bro, you just retweeted him. Now you should cuss him out.
Like he showed me love, man. It's like
this great exposure. Yeah, like what are we talking about?
I'm gonna curse him out now.
Yeah. And why I got you here? Fuck you. What?
Right.
Anyway.
I'm surprised I wouldn't block, but shout out to that.
I know, right?
Any more picks?
Nah, man. That's it for the picks, man.
Oh man. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, show us love. Friday, we hanging the fuck out in Tallahassee on the rooftop of lot 19. The liquor gonna be flowing. It's an unlimited bar. The food gonna be flowing. It's an unlimited buffet of all type of ribs, chicken, and a bunch of shit I don't eat, but we got plenty of it. The vibes is gonna be electric. Y'all come hang out with us. The link is on our profile page of the roll up. Kicking it a little bit. We talking some more Florida State before we get out of here. What's up, bro? How you feeling? Give me your takes. How y'all win this game? What's gonna happen?
Yeah, bro.
What's gonna happen for y'all?
Yeah, real quick before we get out of here, I know Larry, you got to go, but real quick in regards to Florida FSU, I feel like FSU, if they run the ball, stick with running the ball, which they've done the last couple of weeks. Just run the ball. Don't turn the ball over. I know last year, I know I talk about Jordan Travis being hurt that first half, and rightfully so, but people forget, and we mentioned it last year a little bit, that muff punt, that shit really flipped the game last year in Florida's favor. So just taking care of the football, don't turn the ball over, and you run the football, you should be fine. And defensively, man, shit, like you got to contain AR. If we make him a passer, then I like our chances. But if he gets going in the running game, I think AR is the best running quarterback in college football. I don't think it's even close, to be quite honest with you. I think Travis is a pretty good runner. But once AR get running with his legs, it could be a long day. So if we can stop that and contain him, make him stay in the pocket and throw the ball downfield, that's how I feel like FSU win the game. Make AR a pocket passer. Make AR a pocket passer, and hopefully We have goddamn Jordan Blake, Billy. He sticks with his game plan versus Vanderbilt. Let's you guys toss around a little bit, and if we have mistake-free football and don't turn the ball over and run the ball, I think we should be okay. But I do think it's going to be a crazy good atmosphere, man. It's going to be one of those events. I think it's going to be a live event.
For sure, man. We hanging the hell out at the tailgate. The vibe's going to be electric. What you about to say, Larry? You got something?
I just got a quick little news blurb, man. I thought we might want to talk about real fast before we get out of here. Michigan State gave a $100,000 bonus to Mel Tucker, meant to be spread amongst him, assistant coaches, and administrators.
Mel ran with it. Mel tucked it.
Mel tucked it. As the name implies, yeah, Mel kept the whole thing, man.
Bro, Mel a motherfucker, bro. He finessing like a bitch, dog. If you look at it, bro, because
man, I'm gonna say this, man, with all due respect, man.
Didn't they just give him 95 million?
Come on, bro.
They get $9 million a year, dog.
Shit.
Wilding out, nah, bro.
They get $9 million, and you kept $100,000. That's cold blooded, man.
Hold on. Back up. No, you said he did. What? You said he got a $100K bonus.
100,000 bonus.
Yeah, supposed to be split for everybody.
You're supposed to spread it amongst the staff, probably like a Christmas bonus or something. And
he
Mel
kept
kept
that
all
shit.
that.
Oh, come on.
Yeah,
bro.
Mel said that's mine. Y'all ain't earned shit.
Hey Mel, why, bro? Mel got that new contract and a little something.
Insane.
Mel said I'm probably fired next year. So goddamn it, I'm taking my money this year.
Flipping it all.
We spoke real quick about Deion possibly getting that USF offer. They said, and there's some reports coming out that is some talk going on. I seen you going back and forth with my man Monte on the timeline about it. Everybody got their takes. Real quick before we get out, I know you gotta go, Larry. What's y'all takes on Prime possibly going to leaving Jackson State to go to USF?
No, I told you guys on the last pod, or I think it was the last Wednesday pod, Big Show pod, excuse me. I think it's a perfect marriage for him in regards to South Florida. If you're going to leave Jackson State, and just don't jump into the P5 and get fed to the wolves, because we've seen that before, right? We've seen that from G5 coaches going to P5 to kind of get fed to the wolves. Going from HBCU ball to P5, like this shit is a huge jump. So let Deion continue on the trajectory to understanding of being a head coach. Go to South Florida. I think like if he gets to South Florida, it's going to be a situation where it's going to be a kid that all three of us recruit, and Deion's going to be able to pull that kid maybe once a cycle. I feel like he's going to be able to get that type of kid just for the fact that he's in Florida, the type of recruiting he could do. We've seen that with Travis Hunter, and just more resources. I feel like Silk, we was at the South Florida game. The shit was scarce, right, as far as attendance and things like that.
Yeah.
You hire a coach like Deion, it's going to be an instant.
You're gonna fire that shit up.
Oh hell yeah, it's going to be an instant jolt of them. Excitement within the program. Ticket sales are going to skyrocket. So I think you're going to have that aspect along with better product on the field. I feel like South Florida can knock it out.
He's going to cause us some problems too. If Deion get at USF, he's going to cause us some problems here and there on the trail.
Yeah, I think he's going to.
My bad.
No, I think once a year it's going to be a kid that that we're recruiting, and he's going to slip in the ground. Yeah,
and I think
100%.
Great place to cut his teeth. And take that next step. I think it'd be an awesome opportunity for him.
And it's a layup, though, because I feel like, my bad, one more real quick take, bro. I think it's a layup because we seen the competition in that conference isn't great. Like, if you get a decent product at South Florida, he can win a couple conference championships, just that another, maybe 1 year, have one of those magical G5 seasons to where we talk about playoffs and all that type of shit, and that could catapult him into that big job. But yeah, not to cut you off again, Larry, but I think if you get enough talent at South Florida, you could dominate that shit.
Oh yeah. No, I was going to honestly say just real quick. I think he could, with the right staff around him and give him a little bit of time. I think he could convert them into kind of where they were when the first program first took off, and they were raised up the ranks. Could be a UCF at the very least. UCF is still a competent football program. They still get some pretty decent players out there.
And that's the sad part. USF was first as far as the winning.
Right.
They should have been what UCF is right now. So I agree with that.
So, interesting to see, man. Something to keep an eye on. I hope he gets it. I like him at Jackson State. I enjoy what he's brought, but I think he opened the door, and maybe somebody else can carry the torch and continue to pick it up.
Now people fail to realize he was the first head coach, but then you got Eddie Jones. He's a head coach. I mean, it's a lot of these figures in regards to the Deion Sanders mode. We got fucking what was it? Hugh Jackson. He was the head coach at the goddamn Raiders. Right. So he's the head coach at Grambler. So I feel like Deion
started something.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm hoping if he does take it, I think, I hope we get another competent, another big name that could continue to keep that spotlight on HBCU football. Because I think Deion did a great thing with that as far as just the exposure rose through the roof. In my lifetime, I've never seen as much exposure for HBCU football. So awesome job there, man. If he leaves tomorrow, job well done. And hopefully people, continue to pick up the torch and carry it. So that's all I got on that day. Prime time.
Shout out to Prime. I think Prime, my biggest thing with Prime is finishing the deal with Trav. You know what I'm saying? I thought there's a mission here on the whole. I don't think it was just for Prime to get to that other level. And I think he did do a good job, and he has accomplished a lot in that mission as far as bringing the awareness to HBCUs, in Black universities, you know what I'm saying, when it pertains to athletics. So I think he's gotten them to a whole different plateau or whatever. But Travis Johnson, it was the number one kid in the country. He sacrificed a lot to make that move. So I think out of the way he sacrificed, I think it would be an honorable thing just to see that through.
That's my only
pro. That's my only hang up right now with that situation.
Yeah, I agree.
Deion, take your ass to South Florida. Trav, hop in that portal.
I was going with him.
I don't like that energy, though. I don't like
hop
that.
Hop in that portal and come back home where you're supposed to be, baby. Come back home.
He gonna take some with him like Billy did, though.
I think he definitely would do that, though.
That energy, both of them was the boat like that, bro. That's not a good look for HBCU.
It isn't, but at the same time,
I feel you.
It is. But I think Trav will have leeway because it's been documented. The only reason he's there is because of to be coached by Prime. Now, if he would just leave cold turkey while Prime stood down, understand that, I think the issue would be more so, like you said, Prime and not really seeing it through in regards to that situation. But at the same time, money is money. Money is money.
I get him leaving, but I just think there's a bigger play for both of them, and I don't think it's time for Prime to leave just yet. You know what I'm saying? We'll see how it all play out because it's been stuff coming out too. There's some hiccup. I think Brett McMurphy tweeted. There was
I think he's trying to sabotage some shit about his old Prime Pro back.
Yeah. Right. Like, what the hell I got to do with anything?
Exactly, nothing at all, bro. Like some high school stuff that failed, it failed. But you see what I'm doing at JSU? I think it was a tweet under there saying they have a 90% graduation rate.
Totally different type of situation.
Exactly, because then at P5 schools, I'm not going to be in control of that
school, bro. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
right. And the compliance in P5 is going to be running that stuff in to begin with. Prime is not going to really have his hand in that type of deal. Right. But yeah, I do agree.
I told y'all quit listening to Brett.
Brett don't know that.
You call
it. Tweet for him. Let me get the hell out of here, man. Great show.
Alrighty, man. Hey, we out of here, man. We pulling up Friday. CJ, what's your score? Oh, I didn't say what we got to do, did I? Did I say
go ahead.
Oh, so I think opposite of what CJ said, we got to not pass the ball. He spoke a lot about keeping them in the pocket. I think just design runs, AR do what he got to do in the read option, make the proper reads, and Billy get the design run game going with the quarterback position. I think this is going to open up. Then they're going to have to close in and bring more into the box to try to stop that. And we'll get some opportunities on the back end. That's how the offense is designed. So I think as long as we come in with that type of mentality on the offense, we'll be just fine, man. Defensively, we're going to give up points. That first half, Ventrell Millers is out. We just got to survive, I just need my offense to keep pace. They're going to run the counter. My defensive tackles, Gervon, Dexter, and Watson, they know that. I need them guys to do what they got to do on that counter. We shut that down. I think it's house money if we can shut that run down. If they can't run the ball and they got to pass to move the chains, I think that's going to bode very well for us. So it's the same thing he was saying. Keep Trav in the pocket, shut down their run game. I think we both got the same damn game plan a little bit. But I think the biggest thing is outside of the players, the coaches is I think a key matchup. Both coaches struggle in the middle eight. Both of them have play calling issues here and there, like in situational shit. Like neither one of our fan bases are happy in certain situations with what go down with timeouts and a lot of that stuff. So that square up, that matchup, who makes the less mistakes? Because I don't think neither one of these guys gonna get brilliant. in the last minute in-game coaching. So it's who makes the least mistakes within that middle eight, surviving droughts. If Florida State does go on a drought, they had a drought North Carolina State game. If something like that was to happen again, second half, like how do they get out of that rut? So that's just my whole take on it. We already gave our scores. I like my quarterback to go crazy and then sell off into the sunset. Long live AR. My Heisman lies as well.
Best wishes to the brother, man. One way or the other. All right. Awesome show, man. Thanks for everybody who pulled up live. Y'all enjoy y'all Thanksgiving.
Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe, man. We appreciate all the positive love and energy, man. Peace, love, and blessings. We moving on no divisive energy, man. I appreciate everybody for showing us love and holding down the roll up.
Peace.